recording, seeing as that's out of the way. So, when we last left our heroes, they were moving up in the world, except Luther, who fell through the staircase, and they're moving now onto the second floor of the house. They cleared out the library of kobolds after a very challenging fight. After an impassioned plea by our ranger, he managed to convert the drakes to for their cause temporarily, and then they fucking scarpered. So that helped them in that fight. They've discovered that the metal rod that they took from the actor, the thespian dragonborn, was actually part of a set of keys that lets them into the Great Hall. They've moved upstairs and they're now slinking around, and when we last left them, Beevehr had just pulled on a child tunic onto Snuggles, and Snuggles acquired a small pork pie cap from a pile of clothes. So, ladies and gentlemen, players and viewers, what do you do next?
Luther, before you break down the door, would you mind trying to take a look at it first? Not the door, but what might lie behind it.
I look
It's a
around.
very good door. Good construction.
Things.
I don't think how easy you set me up to kick the door just.
No, I mean, take a look through any gaps.
I don't want to get your set. I'll let the rogue do what they need to do.
I'm just trying to figure out why I have 5 extra daggers in my inventory, but
Because several of them you pulled out of your flesh.
Oh, good. Yay.
Others you looted from other kobolds, and people just kept handing you daggers.
Alright.
I handed you 3, I believe.
In my defense, I had to give you 3 of them because I could not use them. I do
You
not have.
also
I did not have
acquired
any use.
an extra potion last week, but you had to use it because you were on flashing health.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
I get a 12 on checking through the door.
Weird, and the chat is very excited about what might happen. Okay, so you're having a peek under the door with 12 perception. Alright.
Yep.
Weird.
You see...
The
You see fair enough into the room. The door's kind of loose on its hinges. So you see this. And forgive the textures in this. This is one of the first rooms I built, so it looks horrible.
It's fine.
it looks a bit like Emma's paint, but that's okay.
Is it a bed or a bathroom?
This looks like
It appears to be a bedroom. On the right-hand side here, you see that the walls are pastel pink and purple, whereas on the other side of the room, the walls and the carpet transform into dark blue colours. And I think of your cat.
The
thing.
set
No, that's
design
my
for
religion,
the-
I believe.
The room is essentially split in half by colour. Gee!
The set designer apparently has no taste in color.
I was like, there is no taste here. It is not what I'm okay with.
Whoever lives there is genderqueer.
So,
Alright then,
wanna
cat doesn't
check
wanna
the
come in.
front open door?
Beevehr, you are you know such concepts.
No. It was the player who said
If you're gonna head in there, you're gonna roll me a stealth check. And I'm gonna reveal the rest of the room.
I would assume it already happens.
Oh, is this is a blank wall? I thought that was a wall, not a...
That's just what
an
you couldn't
open
see.
place. Alright, then I definitely would be being sneaky.
Yeah, I thought that was the entire room, to be fair.
I should like colour the walls grey or something to make them stand out more.
It's tricky.
Yeah, okay, you're able to get into the room without anybody noticing you. You notice that there are
No.
2 sets of beds, 2 sets of wardrobes, and it looks like this room was shared by siblings. 1 female, 1 male. In the middle of the room there appears to be a crib. There is something in the crib.
Uh-oh.
What's in the crib?
Do you want me to take it, or are you good?
Do you want
I
to have a...
mean,
Do you want to have a look? The bundle is
I'm
covered
having...
with
I mean,
blankets.
I have a dog I can throw at it if you don't want to, you know,
No.
take the
Let's-
damage.
I'm gonna look in there, see what's in there.
Have fun.
Roll me a little perception check. And I get to roll something too. Alright. You very gently reach in and pull back the blankets to see what is there. I'm on the wrong layer. Give me a sec.
What I should have
And you
done is
see-
just stab the blankets.
A sleeping
Yeah.
kobold, currently
Oh.
clutching a child's blanket and sucking his thumb.
Kill it or I will. Take your pick.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna attack it.
Don't hurt the baby.
The chat doesn't want you to throw the dog again.
I don't care what chat says. Dog getting thrown. Oh, I think that might hit.
Since it's a target that has not taken action in combat yet,
So he's currently going to take sneak attack damage.
I auto crit it.
Ooh,
Oh
alright
yeah,
then.
fuck, it's so great.
Roll your damage.
Oh my god, finish the rogues.
I think this one is deader than dead. I
Alright,
think this one is
You
toast.
just fucking gone.
you rear
It's basically
back.
just
You just click your finger, gone.
You rear back, and as you do, the crib creaks ever so slightly, and the little kobold opens his eyes to look up at you. Before he can react, you bring your dagger down, and from the weight of your attack, the cradle collapses, and the kobold ends up on the floor. He's dead.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
I would hope he's dead.
I clean my
That's the
short
ugliest
sword off
baby I've ever seen.
He died before he
I think
even got a squeak out.
he
What
was
layer
just
did I move him to?
sleeping.
I take away his blanket and use it to clean my blade.
Ooh, the beat.
Aww.
At least something you learned.
He only had
Yeah.
5 health.
Okay,
I
straight
want
up. I want to check it. I want someone to check each closet.
I'm gonna check under this bed because I see something on the map that looks weird.
Yeah, I was gonna
Alright.
say, yeah.
Luther called first, so Luther, roll your check.
Sure, perception, I'm guessing.
Sure. And Shava, you may as well go roll yours as well, while I do this.
Oof,
Alright then,
7.
you open up the wardrobe, and it's
Wait,
mostly
why not get
empty.
Snuggles to do it?
It's too late
It's-
now.
The,
Yeah, I
the
don't know
wardrobe
what gets stuck with it.
The wardrobe is mostly empty. There's a few scratch marks, there's a couple of socks lying at the bottom, but you're able to determine that the pile of children's clothes that is in the hall used to be in this wardrobe. Eat the
Perfect.
path. Shava, you gently approach the bed as you see some lizard-like scales poking out from behind the bed. You raise your dagger as you lower yourself down to look under, and you're met with the derpy face of a large crocodile plushie.
I want
All right. While you do that, I take a close peek into the fireplace here.
And I.
You won't really need to roll for that. The fireplace has been emptied.
Okay.
It looks like a
Could have
fire
been.
hasn't burned in there for a long time, but the flue is shut. So if you do start a fire on this, it'll just fill the room with smoke.
I stabbed the plushie too.
Well,
Are
important thing.
You stab the plushie, and it ruptures at the seams with its overstuffed fluff just spewing out of the dagger mark. It deflates. Its derpy face is now very sad looking.
Awesome.
Can I use
So,
lay on hands to help to heal it?
No, but
If
I
you
could
have
probably use
mending, I
mending on it.
would.
I could probably mend it.
No. This is all me.
Okay. Roll the wisdom check to see how
No,
good you
wait,
are at doing.
I've got a better idea. Give me a second.
Oh no. Are you gonna put a jacket on it or something?
No, I've got an idea.
You cannot empty out its guts and dress up
How?
Snuggles as a crocodile.
Hang on.
No, nearly. Can I empty it out and put one of my pieces of meat in it?
Sure.
Do you want me to use the scroll of animate object to make it alive? And
That would be a terrible idea of what I'm going to do to it.
Oh my god!
You can use
you're
this as
going to
bait
turn
or
it
something.
into bait, aren't you?
Yes! What else is going to be?
Well, it could.
Oh, I love this so
I
much.
am not making a crocodile fleshlight.
That's what you say. Do we need to
That's what
roll
started
to
with
check
crocodile
on the
fleshlight.
this bed, or since it looks very, very destroyed already, we don't?
You don't need to check it. You can plainly see that that bed has been destroyed. It looks like the kobolds have been using it as a trampoline and caved it in. Because there are
Oh,
muddy
great.
little footprints all over it.
Oh, great.
Question to the DM: What
Yes?
exact are these like bookshelves?
Windows.
Those are windows.
Okay.
You
Okay,
After all, they're in the wall.
I'm very too seeing which from above, so I kind of guess straight away.
you've noticed that the curtains appear to be tacked to the wall to keep them closed.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Open the curtains. Kobolds don't like light. At least some don't.
Can I look through this trunk right here? And
Yeah, it's a wardrobe. Dig away.
okay. See that I need perception.
Beaver, are you looking into the toy box over there?
I'm trying.
Roll it.
Never mind.
Alright, Tony, same as what Uther found, the wardrobe has mostly been emptied out. There's a few pieces of socks that are embroidered with the girl's name on it down the bottom, but it looks like whatever was in here is now in a pile in the hall. Beaver,
Alrighty.
you open up this chest and inside you find several pairs of boots belonging to children. Some of them appear to be delicate slippers, some appear to be riding boots. But you also find a small wooden horse in there.
Oh, great. It's the collage of hobby horses.
Another.
It's not a hobby horse, it's just like a small hand-sized toy.
Oh, it's a
Not
horse on
enough.
wheels. It's a small horse on wheels.
I would like to keep that.
Okay,
Well,
you put a...
it befits your crown.
Don't be ridiculous.
It's only about 2 inches high, but it looks like it's been crudely carved. But
If
you tuck it
it'll-
into
if
your
it'll
jacket.
If it'll keep him entertained, then what's the harm?
I just want to point
I'm
out for the
going to
audience
check.
too that Snuggles still has a wooden sword that he took from the theatre he's using as a chew toy. He seems very happy with it.
Awesome.
And Luther has his hobby horse.
Yep.
Shava's gonna check the chimney and make sure there's nothing up there.
Barben already reared that place out. You notice that the flue has been closed and is jammed closed. So this fireplace hasn't been used in a very long time, and it couldn't be used in its current state.
Okay, has
Sure.
anybody checked the windows yet? As far as like if they're just there for decoration, or if they actually look out onto something?
Seeing as everything is nailed down, it's highly unlikely that these windows are very useful. But if you wish, you can try peeking behind the curtain. But you might not like what you will find there. I'm speaking from stage experience.
Well, I think I shall risk it.
Roll me a strength check.
You're gonna need to rip it apart.
Strength. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, you easily managed to pull the curtains so the tacks holding it to the wall rip off, and you have a look out the window. The window overlooks an overgrown garden. It has been completely overrun with tall thrushes, bushes, and brambles. If you tried to walk through here, it would take you a very long time.
You know,
Just
maybe
think
one,
I'm a bard, not a gardener.
maybe one of our more knowledgeable party members should check history or something to find out what kind of being would require the windows closed up like that.
God damn it, Luther.
Wouldn't that be technically a nature check?
I suppose.
A
If-
nature or an insight?
Kobold's gone pre-engineering.
Yeah.
What is it you're trying to figure out?
What kind of being would require the windows to be closed in that way so that no sunlight comes in?
kobolds
Roll
for a
me
while.
a straight up intelligence check because you're trying to determine what's happening here.
Okay, Beaver's trying to do smarts.
I mean,
I was saying I was going to leave that to another member, but I guess I'm
We-
starting now.
we already know.
Most likely kobolds. Not
We
a
thought it up-
save, my friend. Not a
Oh,
save.
that's beautiful.
That's
You guys, I
that's a
think
save.
Dracula lives here.
You look at the
That's a
curtains and you
save
think to
that you
yourself, wow, they really mustn't have liked having light when they were trying to sleep.
Well, let me try to figure out what. My friend Beaver, what are you trying to do?
I'm just wondering why they don't want any light in here.
Oh, well, it could have been the kobolds. I mean, they apparently are very sensitive to light.
Does your
let-
character
let
know
me-
that? Roll me a knowledge nature.
I'm pretty sure that came up in a knowledge check when we first met
Whereas I'm
kobolds.
pretty
Yes,
sure we did this
that came
the
up
first
in
week.
the first session.
Alright, fair enough.
That's why I quite
do recall
happily
that.
said it.
I do recall it, so there we are. We'll let that go.
But I will do an regular intelligence check if you wish to. Well, it's either the kobolds or suddenly there are vampires here.
Gremlins.
No, it's after midnight.
Are you curious what's behind that door, Luther?
Yeah, I was just
I
gonna
just
say.
want to
I was-
move.
I would peek behind it first, but that's just silly old me.
I'm just wanting to push on.
I mean-
not spend
Alright.
our time looking at the curtains.
I was
Okay,
just.
okay, okay. I want to try to see if I can see what's beyond this door right here. And Temmyland
Someone
is
ha-
calling me. Temmy is calling me apparently, but you know I'm not gonna answer it.
Alrighty then.
So. All right. So.
You
do I
gonna
do
roll me a stealth or
perception?
perception check to peek through that door?
I shall indeed. 22.
Oh, you see all the shit.
I see all this shit.
It's
You
a
notice
bathroom.
that the
There's a
door
shower.
is ever so slightly loose. You can peek under the door very easily, as there's a real gap, and you see.
Oh my god!
Oh, fuck yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
The
Luther.
plan is this. I'm going this side, you're going that side. Let's fight.
Well, see, actually,
You see
y'all don't.
what appears
Give
to
me
be
what I
a
want.
playroom.
Okay.
There are several colourful murals on the walls, and there are a number of kobolds scattered about the room who are playing with the toys.
I want this. I need this.
You only want the rocking horse, don't you?
Yes!
An
I
upgrade.
want to
from
go
the
downstairs on a
Lord.
rocking horse. Is that so much to ask?
Okay. Can I make a? Is there any way that I can tell if these kobolds will be aggressive or if they're just more?
Well, right now they seem to be having an absolute
childlike.
ball playing.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, is there a way that I can decipher whether or not these kobolds will be aggressive or if they're still more childlike in nature?
Are they armed or are they weapons at hip or what?
They do
they're-
seem to
they're-
have slings and daggers.
And none of them seem armored at all.
No.
Can I attempt to talk to them in Draconic to?
You could try.
Okay, so what
Okay.
I would recommend is at least 3 of us stay in here, and okay, yeah, that actually is a
That
good
works
setup.
perfectly.
That actually is a good setup, and if my bout with diplomacy fucks up royally, which let's be honest, I don't have a good track for.
Okay.
Don't sell yourself short.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold an action for when the diplomacy fails. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to shake my crocodile bait. I'm going to throw it at the lizard,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to keep the door open and invite them to me.
Okay.
Shava, you might want to go the other side. I feel like that's a side that's gonna not use the fact we have 2 small inches. There's a lot of them. Unless you've got a
Sorry.
ranged weapon. You have a ranged weapon? I don't know.
No, I don't have a ranged weapon. But is this traversable? This pile here?
Hang on, why is there a 5 line down there?
You can ignore that.
Okay.
Jurnis, is
Yeah,
this
that's
pile...
that is just a pile of clothes.
Okay, I'll
You
just
can
go
stand
here.
on that
that's
easy
it.
enough.
Great. Snuggles, you do whatever the fuck you want to do.
All right.
Okay, we're fine.
So-
I'm ready and waiting.
Are
No,
you
I'm
going
ready.
to try and discuss it first, or are you heading straight into this room? What are you doing?
I think it would be best if we discuss things first. All right, Beevehr, Barben.
Mhm.
Yes.
I am going to try and attempt. I am going to try and attempt diplomacy because I would like to avoid any more bloodshed if at all possible. However, be prepared.
For a shiny new era that's tiptoeing near.
Let me try using actually bardic inspiration on Darius.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yes.
So, seeing what you've done down with the drakes, even though I don't fully understand what you said, I'm 100% behind you in this regard. So I know you can do it.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, we have
So
some
I'm
faith for
using
him.
bardic inspiration just in case the audience has no idea what I'm talking about. Put it in chat there. So yeah, it's basically he gets an extra D8 to his throw, so he gets at least one better.
He if he rolls badly, he can add a 1d8 to his total. But that's
Yeah.
only for attempts and saves. It doesn't work on damage. All right
Yeah,
then.
but he has to do it before you say whether it succeeds
Yes,
or
he
fails.
has to say before the result comes in.
Would
Alright
you
then.
like a jar of honey? It's basically diplomacy.
Darius, what
This.
do you do?
I will actually take the honey as a backup plan.
Okay,
Oh,
here's my
right.
last jar of meat lovers.
Because they might have. Have we ever deciphered whether or not they have a sweet tooth, or if they like honey, or if it's anything of
Considering that
significance?
the cook down there was interested in Beaver's honey,
Okay, so well that could
yes, I know how silly it sounds, but yes.
well see I don't know if that was because he was just the cook or if
Well,
It's because it's too good honey!
Did you
Beaver,
shout that out?
Honey!
Beaver, keep it down.
Did you
please.
shout that, Beaver?
It's just the best honey. It's that
Roll-
good.
Beaver, if you shouted that, you're gonna have to roll me a stealth check.
He didn't shout that. He didn't shout that.
No shouting. There was no shouting. Just enthusiastic talking
I said it with emphasis.
with gusto.
I have a very bassy voice, you see.
Okay. All right. So
I just want to point out too that the chat has named the crocodile plushie as Mr. Snappy. But anyway, Darius,
Okay.
off you go.
Throw Mr. Snappy to the drakes. You know that.
Okay.
Chat.
Okay. So I do a persuasion, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Okay.
walk into the
Somebody
room,
walk in first.
say what you're gonna say, and then roll it.
Okay.
Gentlemen,
All right.
Ladies and gentlefolks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've waited for. Okay. Attention. Please don't. Please, we mean you no harm. If you will allow us to pass by, we are just passing. We are just passing through. We
Oh my
are
God, the
here
shit.
to get what we have been asked to, and then we shall be on our way. We ask you that you please let us pass.
The okay.
Okay.
So, roll your persuasion.
Okay.
And don't forget you
Don't
got
forget the
D8.
bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be so fun.
I am using my bardic inspiration.
Yes, I
So
would
remember
do
when we
so.
say don't forget bardic inspiration.
I am
I
using
don't-
my fucking bardic inspiration.
I don't think it'd be big enough to make a difference, but go ahead.
6!
So we have 10.
I mean, statistically,
An average
speaking,
result.
the most basic thing. So
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Please, if there's a god in heaven.
I better ready my rapier. That sounded very, very.
Bear in mind, I am holding out the honey also as a peace offering. You say bait. I prefer peace offering.
Well, in a way, it is a peace offering. It's faith and a peace offering. So,
Yeah.
and everyone is saying something. Luther's already standing behind the door.
Should I go ahead and roll my initiative?
I have it prepped and ready.
Let the DM do
All
her
of the
thing.
kobolds have dropped their toys and are now looking at you.
Oh shit.
This guy, who is right here, right in front of you, he says, "Who are you?"
My name is Darius. I have been me and my band have been charged with entering this castle to retrieve an item, no more, no less. If you will allow us to do that, you have my word. We shall be on our way.
They're trying to steal from the master. Stealing
No,
from the
no.
master. They all
No,
start
no,
bellowing.
no.
They're stealing
Can
from
I
the
hear
master. Stealing from the master. Roll
Can I hear
initiative.
this?
So, honey,
Can I
try
hear
it! Honey, try it!
Question: could I hear that going off? Because
You hear them all chittering.
Waiting.
But
I don't know if that's enough for me to go. Oh, everything's gone wrong.
can I offer the honey as a distraction or a peace offering or?
That's it.
Fuck.
You've had your turn.
Okay.
You had your try. Everybody roll initiative.
I'm sure you could spend your
Should
turn
have
on
led
it.
with the honey.
Yeah, you can spend your time doing it. I mean, you're welcome. Hell, I would encourage it.
I will give you the honey back, Beevehr. Do not worry.
11.
I'm just saying, should have led with it.
Hope you're happy now. I have to do all this. You have any idea how many
So
kobolds are in this
why are
room?
one of them called Fiverr? Why are they all called Fiverr?
They shouldn't all be called Fiverr.
They're all called Fiverr.
One
I'm
is
seeing
called-
one.
They are
Fiverr was a
one-
reference to
There
my
are
other
two
campaign.
fivers, yes.
Ah, damn it! I rolled crap initiative.
I'm only seeing one
They
here.
are.
It's fine, I can clear the door and open it up, go into the tomb in the front, you can run in, you can get the
He's
bonus on them.
he is now called K5. This one.
They are of one mind. They are of five minds.
Kobold.
We are the kobold. Resistance is futile.
He's a reference to my other campaign. He was a
Surrender your weapons.
a rather memorable character. Weird knows what it is. Alright then, so, while I'm doing this, what is your intentions? First off, you are going to have to let them know that you fucked this up, Darius. Because they can't understand anything.
I mean, if
I
the
would like to
kobolds
point
start
out
attacking,
Okay,
Both
can I just
me,
can
Shava, and I, and by extension Snuggles, have very little faith in Darius's diplomacy to the point where we went to another door.
Okay, so can I just like shout it out without having to worry about anything,
Initiative.
or?
Shout it in language they don't know.
I will let you shout it out as a bonus action before the rounds start.
Okay. Gentlemen, we have a problem.
You don't say.
I don't know if I want to even charge him a door for that.
Alright, and because you shouted, you woke up the sleeping Drake.
Oh, that's fine.
Yay.
I've got a present for it, and I'm going before the Drake, hopefully.
Alright,
Same time as the Drake. Shh. Wait, what? Why is Drake in front of me? Drake, get back there.
what's your dex?
0.
Drake beats you in dex.
Oh, I'm gonna have a roll off. I was down for that.
Okay, let's see.
What's your Drake's strength?
Barben is on the turn order. Luther's on the turn order. Shava is on the turn order. Where is my... Where's Darius and Beevehr?
I rolled my
I rolled.
my initiative.
Beevehr
Did
has
you
yeah.
click yourself and then roll initiative, or did you roll initiative?
Yeah,
I'll add you
that's
guys
the
manually.
problem. You need to click yourself.
If you click the
Darius
token
is
and
on
then
there.
roll it, it automatically
Yeah.
adds you.
That's on there.
Yeah,
Right,
Darius
yeah,
is on
now
the
they
way.
are.
There we go.
Sending. Alright then.
Thank you.
First off is this guy. Right on
Yeah.
here.
Just one little fellow.
This one little guy down here. So now let me just move things so I have access to a keyboard. There.
Keyboards are overrated.
Okay, so
Luxury.
in his hands he has several small wooden dolls. He drops them and lifts out his sling. And he's going to aim for Darius. So he is going to roll. Where's my dice roller? I have to fucking highlight these at some point.
Just for future reference, if I ever tried diplomacy again, you people have
Does he
have,
hit
have
you
the
with
right
that?
to smack.
With a 19.
Yes.
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 Okay, and he does 1d4 plus 2. Boop. So he does 3 damage.
That's okay, Darius. Shava is more than happy to let somebody else attract all the attention at the beginning of combat.
Yeah,
It's just if I ever attempt diplomacy again, I give you permission to punch me in the face.
No, it's fine.
I'm going to look at you with 17 strength, and I'm just to smile.
Okay. So this little kobold shouts, "You'll not steal from the master!" Next up, Barben. You hear commotion in the room and you hear Darius yelping in pain.
Ow!
Like, motherfucker!
The hell Oh, great! I take my hand crossbow and shoot at the fellow that is clearly still holding his sling up.
Which one? This
So-
guy?
This guy exactly, yes. The guy who's been shooting. Even though I can't know it.
He's got a sling. Shoot him.
You come
He's
in and
coming
you see
right
a guy
for us.
standing holding his sling and you just unload on him.
That's a 22.
Yeah, that definitely hits him.
Let's see, 4.
4 damage. You hit him in the stomach. He shouts out, but he's still standing. Do you want to
No
do anything else?
diplomacy on... No, I've got I hold on to my bonus action
Okay.
just in case I needed this round.
Next up is this guy next to the ball.
Yes, Mr.
Um,
I have no name.
Yep. Don't judge Fiverr. Fiverr is the best
Warlord.
ball there ever
Fiverr
was.
is the guy next to the dollhouse.
Yep.
The left guy
Left
to the left one on the dollhouse.
Question to the DM.
Yes.
Can they see Shava, Luther, and
No,
Snuggles
that door's
yet?
closed.
Door's
Door
still
shut.
closed.
Okay. Okay. Just make
This
Okay.
is why we do what we do.
He's rolling with advantage because of pack tactics. Does 17 hit you?
Whom?
Barden the Bard.
17 clearly hits, yes. It beats my
And
15.
he hits you for
so
6 damage. D4 plus
6
2.
damage.
6
Great.
damage.
Okay.
And he cackles at you. Next up is Fiverr. Fiverr is standing next to the dollhouse and he is wielding a wooden sword. He flails the wooden sword at you and then looks at it and realizes this isn't a real weapon. So he throws it to the ground and he pulls out his sling.
Question to the DM: Is
Yes.
Fiverr a kobold of any significance, or is he just?
Emotional, not physical.
He's significant to me.
No, I mean, like, would he be like the leader of this little band? Is that
Does
like
he visually stand out any? Other
No.
than that, we
Other
can't really
than
tell.
he
No,
currently
he's just a
has
big
all the
kobold.
toy weapons. He is not visually distinct.
He's just got a
I'm
name
hearing
tag that
that
says
cake
Fiverr.
Yeah, that's his only thing, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's no point in focusing fire, just kill everything.
He is a reference. He is just a straight up reference. Does
Like
12 hit
5?
you?
Pardon?
He's also very important to Weird in the chat. Does 12 hit you?
12.
Does it hit you, Darius?
Wait, what now?
Does 12 hit you?
It does not.
Alright, then he misses and swears. Next up, Darius, it is your turn. Several kobolds have thrown stones at you. What do you do?
Okay, I am going to use... Okay, apparently I have not been looking at my sheet properly, because apparently I gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls with ranged weapons. And Cat, stop trying to drink my tea. God damn it. So,
You haven't used any of your spells either.
Yeah, I was like, you've got spells and things. You're fine.
well, shit. I'm not used to playing things where I have spells and everything.
That's
So
fine.
it's just...
Most notably, you have Hunter's Mark and Colossus Slayer, so those will be handy for the big guys.
Yeah. You choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it with your quarry. Okay, I don't. I'll have to. Nicola, you'll have to give me a better. You and I'll have to have a sit down and figure out what, because I have no idea what these spells do. To be totally honest. I am going to invoke my now finally use my fucking racial fighting archery. It's again 2 + 2 bonus to attack rolls, and I'm going to target Mr. Dennis the Menace over here.
Okay, 5.
Sorry, ping that again for me.
K5.
Okay, 5. Okay, this guy.
There's a wonderful
Okay.
person,
Lovely.
yes.
Okay, so
Roll it.
I do a strength check or a dexterity. I keep forgetting.
Roll attack.
Attack. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Attack. I don't.
Should be under attacks and spell
Oh,
casting.
wait a minute. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
You're right.
You're
Yeah, that
shooting
definitely
your
hits.
Yep.
So, like, 11
okay.
piercing. Alright then.
Yeah.
This little
He's probably
kobold,
get-
he is focused on trying to pull the bolt out of his stomach, and as he looks up, another bolt just passes directly through his eyes, and he slumps over onto the ground. This kobold is dead.
And the bolt now resides here on the small catapult.
Yeah, it just goes straight past Fiver's ear, and Fiver goes,
And and as I said, it lands down here, strangely enough, directly there. And if we now trigger this thing, it would hit the Drake.
Oh, very good idea.
It is a toy catapult, and it is
Yeah,
loaded.
Yes, I say it's now loaded not only with a rock that the kobolds put in there, I say the bolt is now in there as well, however, the wrong way up.
It didn't go through
weird,
an
I don't-
eyeball, weird, it went
weird.
right between the eyes.
Weird. I don't think it matters which eye. He's dead. So.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm just saying.
is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't know if there's anything else I can do.
Would you like to move or cast any of your spells?
Got anything you might want to try
Yeah.
healing wise or something?
Let me see. Let me check out my spells. Okay, let's see. Okay, can I use Goodberry? Is that just something that I can only use on myself, or can I use it for other people?
Goodberry
need a berry
conjures a group, just a small bundle of food, which you can give to everybody, and that will feed them for a day. In combat, not the best.
Oh, well,
Hunter's Mark gives you a bonus on attack to anything that has on. Long Strider.
Mark on the Drake.
okay.
You having a coffin fit there, Luther?
I will cast Hunter's Mark on the Drake.
All
There
right.
we go. It works.
You cast Hunter's Mark on the Drake, so whenever you attack this character, you get bonus damage.
Is there a way that I can how do I?
No, that's it. It's just cast. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
It is done!
Long Strider makes you move real fucking far, real fucking quick, and pass without a trace means you basically you can cast this on your party, and
Plus
you
10
don't
on
leave
your
any tracks or
stealth check.
smells or anything like that.
Okay.
So that's the spells your character has. No,
Plus 10 on stealth checks. 10 feet from the caster. Lasts an hour. Ish.
Yep. I'm also just gonna poke you with that. Cough, cough, hint, hint. Anywho,
Oh, thank you.
that's the only help you're getting from the DM in this round. Just saying.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you're not going to move or anything, next up, it's the Kool-Aid Man. Let's go.
Doing my job.
Yeah.
Kicking doors. Okay, actually, before I do that, I'm going to ask a few questions. So,
Yes. You don't know what's in
Is
this
it
room,
a-
by the way.
is it a bonus action to throw my crocodile? or is it going to be an attack? I'm not aiming to hurt anything. I'm aiming to relocate it. So is it an attack
I
or
would
is it going to
say it would be a bonus action. However,
Oh,
it will take your action to boot open this door.
Wouldn't it be athletics?
It's still an action.
So as I door opening's not normally an action. I'm a bit.
Yeah, but you're
yeah, it
basically
is.
going, boom, opening the door with your shoulder, basically startling everyone.
Yeah, sorry, according to my DM screen, opening the door counts as an action.
Okay, so can I go there and hit once or twice?
You still have to open the door.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door.
Alright, you open the door, that's your action. So you can't attack, but you can use your bonus action to throw the crocodile if you want.
Sick. I'm aiming for this.
Alright, through
Everybody
me...
wants to
I'm
go
also
for the
not gonna
catapult
stand
now.
here. I'm gonna open the door, but stay here so Shava can walk past.
Alright, fair enough.
I mean,
I squeezed beside. I
If Shava wants
squeezed
to, I
by
mean.
Beevehr.
Throw me a strength, because you're trying to throw this big teddy halfway across the room.
Sure, what's that?
feel free to stay in the door. Player characters can move through each other.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Shava
Oh,
can
really?
duck
Oh,
past
sick.
you.
Thank you. Actually, no, if I go here, then I can only get attacked by one at a time.
True. But they can. Well, they can just walk around you. Probably.
So
I don't know.
knows
Maybe.
that. That's 15 strength.
Alright,
I'm assuming it.
you threw the crocodile. Give me a second. Let me see if I can actually do this real quick.
Again, I would say that would usually be an athletics check, but hey,
That's fine.
no, I know.
Okay, I was going to try and lift the model for the crocodile, but it is sadly part of the bed.
Yeah, just take a drake and shrink it down. Take a
Eh,
drake token, shrink it down.
that's a good idea. Just go to the right thing.
A crocodile.
After all, they are kind of related.
As a side note, if it's athletics, it'd be +3, so it'd be 12, 18. So it's, you know,
Nah, I'd say it was a straight
still
strength.
15, so it's still fine.
Okay, so you take your little crocodile and you threw it towards the catapult. I am now going to see if it sets off the catapult.
Please set off the catapult.
I would say it sets off the catapult. The catapult is set off, and this plushie is now thrown into the drake, along with the small boulders that were in the small rocks that
And the
were in
bolt,
there.
as
And
we
the bolt.
already
So,
So roll down, do damage roll.
So this little drake has just woke up, and now he's getting smacked in the face by a large crocodile plushie that stinks of meat and several small pebbles. He takes 2 damage.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Snappy does his job. Alright, I assume that's you done, Luther?
Yep.
Do you want Snuggles to do anything?
No.
Alright, Snuggles is waiting in the hall. Okay, next up is this guy. This guy sees the crocodile, and he doesn't realize that it's a plushie, so he's going to try and attack it.
That works.
With advantage.
He's got real good peripheral vision.
16. Alright. He... I'm not going to roll percentile die for this. Off the table, no! Oh, yeah, okay. He throws his sling and aims for that little crocodile. D4
He
plus
hits the
2.
Drake
It
instead.
bounces off the plushy head of the crocodile and smacks the Drake for 4 damage.
That poor Drake.
Oh, that poor Drake.
Next is this guy. He heard the door boot open, so he's going to turn and he's now going to see what happened. So he is foolishly going to go
Hang
over
on.
to the door. And he sees you, and he's going to try and stab you. He doesn't have advantage because he's on his own. I'm going to take an 11 doesn't hit you. Luther.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident it doesn't.
Alright.
I'm
Okay.
fairly certain you're.
So he
Sure,
tries
I'll
to
go
stab
for
you,
Fail.
but it bounces off your armor. Next up is this guy, next to the catapult. He got startled when the catapult went off. He also sees the small crocodile, and he's going to try and stab it.
God! We're getting support from a Drake who doesn't know he's supporting us.
Alright. So he jumps on the plushie and starts stabbing it. And he does 3 AC damage to the little plushie, so the stuffing is now going everywhere, but the meat is still inside.
Hey, it's snowing!
This little kobold is
now-
just ripping into Snappy.
And now the Drake that is
Yep,
kind
the
of.
Drake is going to do the same thing.
The-
It attacked him! I never said they were that smart. So he's going to roll round and he's going to attack with his bite. That's +4. If I can actually do this. With pack tactics, because he's got an ally next to him. Fucking misses. The teddy bear has an AC of 10. So he manages to get it.
Oh my god.
Yes, I looked this up there now. The teddy bear has an AC of 10.
Yeah, makes sense.
So he meets it, he beats it, so he just savages this poor teddy. He does 1d8 plus 2.
4 plus 2 means 6.
So 6 damage. This teddy bear is completely eviscerated. There is fluff and fake scales everywhere. The Drake seems kind of confused and really angry, and now he's going to move towards the doorway. He's going to move over here. So that
Shouldn't he be going
done.
for the guy who? Shouldn't it be going for the guy that shot at it as well?
he doesn't know what hit him. So let me just
No. After you got attacked by
There.
the Drake, this kobold actually shot a pebble at him and hurt him.
he thought it was the little plushie.
Okay. I was just trying.
You trying to get another Drake revolt going on here?
No, not a Drake revolt.
Alright then. This guy, he is on the hobby horse, or on the rocking horse.
yes.
First thing he has to do
Is dismount if he wants to do
is
anything
fail
up
his
close.
dex check and fall off the horse.
Or he could do that and be prone, yes.
So he's fallen off the horse and he's now prone. He quickly scrabbles to his feet and mutters curses. And now, because he's dazed from that, he's going to roll with disadvantage to attack Barben. He got a nat 20 on his second roll.
Shit.
But it's a disadvantage, so he gets 10 for this first roll. So he misses.
Yes.
It's typical they roll a nat 20 whenever he's on disadvantage. So he misses you with his sling.
Yes.
Alright,
However,
next
he
up,
hits basically he hits the door frame.
pretty much, yeah. Next up is this guy. This
Yeah.
guy is just going to run at Darius and try and stab him with his dagger. So, where's my d20? There it is. +4 to this, sorry. So,
So 20,
modified
20.
20. So he hits you with his little dagger, which is 1d4 plus 2. 1d4 plus 2. Staggy, staggy. He hits you for 5 damage.
Wow.
And he mutters
I
at
would
you.
say
You
Darius.
shan't steal from the master. Thief!
Okay, Nicola, you do that voice a little too well.
My precious.
Hi, Teddy.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, Gollum.
Yes, I. Come here.
Sephiroth is chanting in the chat, step on his neck. Alright, so next is this guy. He has seen Luther, and he is going to throw a sling at him. So,
Wouldn't if he throws his sling at him, he's unarmed.
you know what I mean. You know what?
He doesn't
Actually,
have any long-
how smart is this kobold?
Kobolds seem to be relatively
Not smart enough. This kobold throws his sling at you, and it clatters to the ground a step ahead of him.
Oh my god, this is great.
He
Good
failed his
thing
att-
I asked.
So he's now flustered and starts swearing. Next up, Beevehr.
Okay, what do I need to roll if I want to run up to this guy next to the fireplace and smack his head into the fireplace?
I would say that would be a grapple strength check if you want to smack him with the. If you want to push his head into the wall.
Yeah.
Or
So
into the
strength?
Oh,
fireplace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll me a
Not a
grapple.
strength save, but
Ouch,
not a
oops.
strength save. I
Sorry,
said.
wrong one. I
That's a
keep
good
doing
thing
that.
because that was a nat 1.
Okay.
18.
A little better.
All right.
Yes.
You smash his head into the wall. Trying to think now, what kind of damage would this be? This would be a straight bludgeoning, wouldn't it?
Bludgeoning, yeah.
Yeah. I would say, seeing as you
plus it
got such a high success, and looking at my DM screen, roll me a 1d6 bludgeoning.
Okay, 1d6.
What?
That's another one.
You do 1 damage. You mildly annoy this kobold as his head bounces off the off
If
the
you had
wall.
done more damage, he would be unconscious.
I do get a second attack though, I think.
You do. Are you going to try and smash his head again, or are you going to drop him and... Because you have him by the neck, by the way.
So you now have
I'm just-
advantage.
Yep.
Speaking of Barbarian, I'm just going to try to crush his windpipe.
Sure, do no strength check then. And... Oh my god, this kobold does not have much good.
I would say it's a German 9.
9. Yeah, I'm sorry. He survives his save on that, so you're not helping. He's still conscious. However, he does take damage, so he's going to take another few points of damage because you are hurting him.
And now Shava.
He's flailing his little legs. Next up, Shava.
Well, I guess I'll stab this kobold that's right in front of me.
Stabby, stabby.
Thank you.
That seems like the thing to do.
9. You miss.
I did miss. So
You go to
I'll
stab at
need
him
to
and he
take my-
ducks out of the way in the
You've
door
been
frame.
denied.
Indeed. So I will use my bonus action to get my dagger attack. How about a 12?
That hits him. Meets it, beats it.
Cool. Oh, damn it! I did it wrong. Okay, well I get my
one
sneak attack damage anyway.
Alright.
There we go. 13 damage total.
Alright, so after you missed the first time, this kobold ducked and he jumped back up and he's like, nah, 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 nah. You then get really pissed off with this and your other hand moves up and you just stab him up through the chin.
That sounds about right.
And he falls over. This kobold is now dead.
We've added to the meat pile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you going to move or are you happy enough where you are?
I'll stay put.
Alright. Next up. He's dead, so he gets removed from the turn order. Is this guy again. So, he is
Well,
going
he
to...
didn't get to do anything yet.
I didn't misspeak, you
lovely
can't prove
fellow.
anything. So he's going to move over here, and he is going to sling at Beevehr.
Um,
And he rolls with advantage. That is a nat 20.
yeah,
So he gets to roll all his damage dice.
Yeah.
And it's that. So, ba-ba-da. He does 10 damage to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, creature had to leave for a second because of internet issues.
Ah, okay. Oops. Well, I'll just add that then. So, Beevehr gets clanged straight up on the head, and he's unhappy. It's just gonna say, while this kobold distracted him, this one kicked him in the balls. Alright. Next up. This guy next to the dollhouse. Let's see. He is going to go for Darius, because he's real pissed off that this guy's trying to steal from the master. And again, for advantage. I assume 21 hits you.
Yes.
D4. He hits you for 6 damage.
God damn it.
You'll just get beaten up by these kobolds. Alright, Barben, your turn. Sephiroth from the chat says, you can tell it's almost Christmas because they be nutcrackers.
I should cast Mending on creature's internet connection.
If only.
But it wouldn't work because it's unfortunately only play pretend.
That and he's out of range.
Yeah, he's a bit too far to cast Mending, yeah. Well, I have two options. I can either attack the fellow right next to the rocking horse. Well, I have more options. I could attack Fiverr, or I could take, though that would probably make it a little bit more complicated because Beevehr is currently entangled. I could try my rapier on this lovely little fellow that is currently struggling in Beevehr's hands.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go the arsehole route. I'm going to attack the one that's lying down.
Alright,
With
no,
my-
he got up on his turn.
That is the correct answer.
With my hand crossbow. I
Nice.
presume 24 hits.
That hits him. Roll your damage.
That's a 9. If he's down for the count, I'm happy.
You strike the kobold in the leg. He slunches down and he starts crying as this arrow is now piercing out of his kneecap.
He took
I
an
used to
arrow
be a kobold like you, then I took a
I took an arrow
to
to the knee.
This kobold is now crying.
Wait, that was almost cutting words I was using there.
Would you like to do
Oh
anything
my
else?
I shove one of my potions of healing into Beevehr's mouth.
Alright. So, do you want to roll that for me?
That would be 1d4 plus 4, right?
Which ones do you have? I think you have a 2d4 plus 2.
I thought that was only a regular potion of healing. But okay, I have 2 potions of healing. That's why I was a little bit confused. Okay,
Yeah.
2d2 plus...
No, 2d4.
Plus 2d4 plus 2...
Mhm.
Let me see. Rolling. And that's 7.
7.
That Beevehr gets back because he's looking none too happy after he got hit.
Yeah, the throbbing in his balls goes away, and he's now very pissed off at this kobold in his arms.
Sephi says, I feel bad now. You made the kobold cry.
Okay,
I'm already crying inside.
this
It's
guy.
like, okay, so you weren't upset when they killed the baby kobold, but when you shot him in the leg, then that was your limit. Okay.
My
That one
character
didn't
reacted-
suffer.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah.
instant. Like
That's
that
what
didn't even
that
wake
was
up.
like.
But still, it was a baby. We could have.
It wasn't not a baby. It was a cob. They're smaller than you,
It was
so
a
they can fit in a
full-grown
crib.
kobold.
Oh,
in a
well,
crib.
never mind then.
Luther, does 15 hit you?
No.
No. Alright then. Then a pebble glances off your pauldron. This kobold here is very confused as to why that didn't hurt you.
At least he's happy he didn't throw his sling by accident. Welcome back, creature.
Hi, creature.
Sorry.
You got kicked in the balls. You're fine now.
You got 10 damage done to you and 7 damage healed.
Thanks.
Okay.
Not
Fiver
like a. Yes.
grabs at his belt and pulls out a dagger. I'm being called by the gods. No, it's just Telly. And he's gonna do this.
Okay. He's throwing his dagger.
Okay, and he hits you with a nat 20.
Oof.
Unfortunately, that dagger is wooden. It bounces off your armor, but it still does 2 damage
To whom?
to Beevehr. He
Oh!
This kobold is covered in toy weapons. He grabbed the wrong thing.
Fiver decked himself out. With toy weapons, okay.
So, he basically just threw a stick at you. So he's sitting there now thinking he's done a ton of damage to you, so he's all proud of himself. Darius, your go.
All right, I am going to try to attack this one. My goal being to separate the top part of his body from the bottom.
Just so you know that Beevehr currently has this one held by the throat.
Hence
All the
why I
better.
said they're entangled.
All the better.
So, yeah, but if you miss, you might actually hit Beevehr. Just
Yeah,
saying.
that is a possibility.
That is a chance I have. That is a chance I will have to take.
It's a risk, yeah.
Yes.
Roll it.
Okay.
Beevehr
Glares at you. Slash M, he actually does actions, by the way, creature, just in case you want to do that. Great!
Did you just nat 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
You fucking nat 1. Hold on. Hold the
Not
fuck
only
on.
did you,
Where is my percentile dice?
not,
Darius, roll damage.
I don't wanna.
how bad did you hurt Beevehr?
You miss this struggling kobold entirely, and you stab Beevehr in the arm for 9 damage.
Can I? Okay. As my next thing, can I give him my
Actually,
healing potion?
Beevehr, I want you to roll me a Constitution save real quick.
Oh no! Oh no!
Great.
Constitution.
18. All right then, you managed to grit through the pain, and you are still holding on to this kobold. And no, you cannot give him a potion because you've already started your action attacking.
Damn it! I'm so sorry.
Did you take the damage off there, Beevehr?
How much was it again?
9.
9.
Also, Teddy has informed me that we may be getting a little bit of Zartrek online tomorrow. However, I was planning on playing D&D at 3 o'clock. So,
We'll see what happens.
It's a rather large oof.
it was arranged, like, earlier on. We could do it earlier in the day, and then I could play D&D at 3.
Oof. What happened there?
I can play D&D for a few hours, and then we'll play it later on in the evening then.
Sorry if there was a loud noise just then.
It's okay.
I attempted
Darius
to
is
mute
just
my
hiding
mic to
in the
cover a sneeze, and I just...
Gesundheit.
Anywho, we'll arrange Zartrek online later, but for now, Darius, you have multi-attack, so you can attack again.
Yeah, go ahead and attack that kobold a second time. It went so well the first time. Give it another shot. Maybe you can take Beevehr all the way down.
Yeah. Hashtag make his life harder.
Alright, this time you manage to, you grab the neck of the kobold and hold him away from Beevehr this time, and you shank him in the stomach. Roll your damage. 8. Alright. You take it on the kobold, you stab him up through the sternum, right into the heart. This kobold now goes limp in Beevr's grasp. He's now dead.
Thank God.
I'm glad that I don't have a bonus action or I would hit you with it.
I am so sorry, sir.
Alright, Luther! Your go!
Okay, so I'm looking at the situation before me. I'm going to walk forward to there, and I'm going to hit the kobolds one each. One there and one there.
Alright, smack him. That hits.
22 hits. Sick. That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright, this kobold looks up at you. He holds up his little dagger in defiance, as if he's going to block your maul. He is now paced on the floor. This kobold is dead.
Kobold spread.
You just cave him in.
Okay, and the second one. I'm getting a 19 also hits.
That hits.
8 damage.
8
Another dead one.
damage. This guy, he sees your attack coming and he tries to deftly dodge out of the way, but you crash him on the shoulder, breaking his arm, but he's still up.
Oh God.
Shameful. Should we both be dead?
Does Snuggles want to take an action?
I was like, Snuggles? Yeah, that can reach, I believe. He's going to go for him too.
Alright.
And if I check my notes quickly on Snuggles, bio, I have a +4 to hit, D20.
Did Snuggles roll 2?
6 doesn't hit.
No.
No. It's not on that fail though.
True. But Snuggles doesn't get the attack off because this kobold is squirming around too much, going ah!
Yeah, only gets 1 hit. Okay, I believe that's their thing then.
Alright,
Okay,
next up is this guy. He's dead. This guy. He is also dead. So we'll remove him. This guy. He's up. He is now finished attacking this little thing. He notices that several people are now under attack, so he's going to see what he can do about that. Doo-doo-doo. He rings up his sling.
And he's... What is he doing exactly?
And 7. The pebble flies over Snuggles' head and misses him entirely.
As previously stated, he can't.
I was wondering if he was going to throw his sling.
Alright. Next up is the Drake. Where are the stats for the Drake? Here are the stats of the Drake. Drake is going to swipe his claws at you, Luther.
Sure. That
That is a nat 20.
That's gonna hurt.
This is going to hurt.
Nah, it's
So
fine.
this is a 2d6. Plus that many. 12 damage.
Oh, that's fine.
And now he's going to bite you.
I crit for way more than that.
Alright. Does a 16 hit you?
No, it does not.
Alright then. So, he managed to get off his first attack and do 12 damage to you. You remove that from your health bar, please.
Yep.
That is the Drake's turn. Next up, it is the kobold who's currently crying on the ground with an arrow in his knee.
Well, he has to basically he has to roll a Constitution check now.
Yeah, and he passes his Constitution check.
Ah,
What he is going to do is he's going to move under the horse and hide. Attempt to hide.
Well, I can always wait until he bleeds out.
That's his turn.
That's my intention.
He's dead. He's dead. Beevehr!
Beavers.
It is your turn. There is a dead kobold now dangling from your arm.
Also, you still have the knife stuck there.
Get in a rage and hit things.
I wish to try to throw it at a goblin that I'm facing directly here on the 20.
Down here.
Go for it. Oh, I accidentally
Okay,
removed
but do a
him
roll
from
for
the
that. Strength
turn.
again?
Yeah, roll me a strength for that. I accidentally removed the kobold who wasn't supposed to be removed.
Not a strength save.
I keep doing that, I'm sorry.
We'll take the better one of those, don't we?
Strength 21. Okay,
Even
where were
if-
you throwing
even
him?
if he's...
I'm going to mark it directly at this guy.
Alrighty then. So, you chuck this dead kobold at his two friends who are lined up in a nice neat row. He fails his dex.
Strike!
This one survives his dex. So, this guy sees it coming. He manages to deftly dodge out of the way. His friend, however, turns just in time to see a dead kobold smack him in the face.
So,
Um,
how much damage does he take?
We'll find that out now, won't we? I'd say it's a 1d6.
Well, it depends on what the kobold is carrying around with him.
So he takes 5 damage. He is also now stunned.
Since there was an attack, do I have another attack still?
Yeah.
Then I would like to pull the knife out of my arm and throw it at that kobold.
Roll it, then. This would be with your dex modifier.
What do I roll for that? Just attack? Or?
Roll your attack plus your dex modifier.
Oh crap, how do I do that? I've never attacked like that before.
You go into
what's-
the advanced dice roller basically and set it up.
Yeah. So,
That
let me
way.
see. Where's your... That's Barben.
No,
Beevehr.
I'm the one with the 3 decks.
Okay, your dexterity modifier is 2. So if you go into the advanced dice roller and go roll 1d20 plus 2.
Okay, got it.
I also
That's
like to
8.
note that on his character sheet, he has specifically wrote that his family tribe has 45,000 bees back home.
Well, it could now be more or less.
I mean, is that a lot of bees? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not a bee expert.
that's quite a set of
Alright.
trees, yeah.
The dagger misses, I'm afraid.
Aw.
And it's now sticking out of the wall.
Can you throw that back right quick? I want to throw
mean-
it again!
I mean, careful
Alright.
what you wish for.
Do you
No.
want to move?
I'm good where I am.
Alright.
Well,
Moving on.
Shava.
Shava! It's your go.
All right.
Yeah, but it seems there's more than one hive, the family.
It seems like the thing to do would be to stab this drake.
Stab the drake.
That's a brilliant idea. I love it.
God damn it.
You miss.
I would say 9. That does not hit.
Nope.
No. Bonus dagger.
Bonus dagger. 13. Does not hit. You miss the streak entirely.
Cool. That's my turn. That's all. I'm done.
Next up is this guy. He sees his little friend's has been smushed. He leans out from behind the fireplace and he's going to roll to attack Beevehr.
Ow.
And he gets advantage because he is next to a friend. So does 23 hit you?
Oh yes, it does.
He's a barbarian. That's gonna hit.
So this plus 2.
I'm not going to.
He did his 4 damage.
Okay.
I'm not going to shove another potion of healing down your throat.
That's a
Let's
good
see
idea,
it.
this point.
Next up, this guy. He's going to aim for Shava with his sling. 23 hits you.
Yes.
Okay, and he does 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. I use Uncanny Dodge to have it. Do we round up or down on that?
I'll be a generous god and say you can round down.
Okay, so I take 2 damage.
Okay. Barben! This clusterfuck is continuing. What are you going to do to improve the situation?
Try to remember where I put the male nurse costume first. as he's already been doing for the last few moves.
Is it the sexy male nurse costume?
No, it's the distinctly unsexy male nurse costume.
Would it be the sexy one if somebody else were wearing it?
Yes, if Beevehr were wearing it due to his size, that would probably make it a sexy male nurse costume.
That on the face.
No, that's costume.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, moving on.
Let's see. Where can I probably do the most damage? I'm going to aim at our friend Fiverr down here.
Leave Fiverr alone! Okay.
With, well, I don't think Vicious Mockery would be too great, plus he only has to save against a 15, so... let's actually go and give him a nice little taste of my hand crossbow. You got a nice sling here. There. And you know what I got? I got this.
16 hits him.
I would have killed for a while.
You do 9 damage to Fiverr.
He's now having his knee. He's now holding his knee as well.
Actually, let's see. Were you aiming for a specific body part?
No, I wasn't. I was aiming for the.
I would say you
center
get
of
him in the
mass.
arm.
Well, that means he now has disadvantage at using his sling.
Yep. So you get him in the arm. He is swearing quite a lot in Draconic. Was there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
I've already used my healing word. I can't refresh it yet. Used it earlier before we didn't have a long enough rest, I would say,
Nope.
to
He's
refresh
just
it.
barged straight out of that room.
So, nah, got nothing.
Okay, this guy. He is going to
He's
attack with
going
his
for-
dagger. 21 hit Snuggles.
Yep.
Snuggles has armored.
Can't believe you asked that.
Snuggles takes 4 damage.
Okay.
Poppy!
Okay. Fiverr is in a lot of
Fiverr,
pain.
no.
Fiverr is not happy. Fiverr rummages in through his pouch and he pulls out a small bottle.
Oh, great! Potion of healing.
And he chugs it.
Potion of healing.
Big.
He pulls the bolt out of his arm and you see the wound heals up. He flexes his shoulder and he grins at you as he starts to spin his sling again. Darius, your turn.
I am going to go for. Wait, can I heal somebody and then attack?
No, that counts as your action if you try and heal someone.
Well, shit. Okay. I am going to use my crossbow at Fiverr.
Wow, you're all just picking on Fiverr.
I don't know why.
He's got a name.
A name means nothing. He's just on a bag of hit points.
Well, he's getting...
A name brings with it the chance that they're more than a bag of hit points. Like they might be carrying a healing potion around.
I mean,
Well, not anymore.
as a
No, I was gonna say, not
I'm suddenly
anymore.
way less down for fighting him. He's worth
Wait a minute.
monumentally less to me.
Wait a minute. I got the Drake. Whatchamacallit.
You
You
got
still
it
have the
marked,
hunter's mark
yes.
on that, yeah.
Yeah.
And you
So
haven't closed
never
it.
mind.
And he
Never
is
mind.
also damaged. And check your Discord.
Never mind. I will. What will I do? Fuck. I will do that. I will attack the. Drake.
Just be careful where you're pointing your things.
Oh, shut up.
No need to turn us into pincushions.
It hits go
And
bounce
I
off.
will enact. I will use my Colossus Slayer. And
Alright, well, roll to attack first, and we'll see if you hit him.
alright, give me a second. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, Mr. Slave. $12.
Wait,
You miss.
wait, don't I have advantage because I have people around me?
No, that's something that specific
No.
people get for certain
You
reasons.
don't have
Well,
pack
shit.
tactics for
Well,
that, no.
shit. Well, shit.
You miss.
Okay.
Home pack tags to the PC race. Oh,
Don't the playable kobolds have it?
The kobolds have pack aware.
There's actually-
playing as a kobold, do you get it? Because if so, oh,
I think they do. Let me check. I'll keep
yeah,
rolling.
check that. 'Cause that sounds.
I think it
really,
depends
really
on
freakable.
what mode it goes. Also, Sephiroth is just saying in the chat, if it's named, we can kill it.
Ah,
Exactly.
Okay, so
Anything that has a known hit point count can be killed, and it will be killed sooner or later by someone.
Tarask.
alright, so Darius, is that your turn?
Not really a whole lot else I can do. So.
Alright.
Oh, well, you could still
Next
move
up.
if you want to. Luther.
Great. Snuggles first is going to try and hit that kobold again. So that's +4 to hit. Yeah, +3 to hit.
Nat 20.
Well, that's going to be useful. So that's 2d6 +1 damage.
You're sending your
That's 7
rolls
damage.
directly to the DM.
Am I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're whispering those to me.
I don't know how I'm doing that. How do I not do that?
Have you gone into the dice roller and clicked GM?
Well,
I
okay, well,
think
I've done
that-
7 damage.
Alright.
So,
So-
I figured it out, don't worry.
Snuggles is not happy about getting knocked around. This is the first time he's ever taken damage, so he's not pissed. He's going for the kobold's throat, and he just savages it, tearing out the kobold's throat. He is now dead.
good puppy.
Okay. And what is Luther gonna do about it?
Now the Drake.
I'm just gonna automate my turn to do this quickly. Dun, 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 dun. Does 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Cool. Does a 22?
That does hit.
Sick. That's 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Probably should use my bonus action. I'll use bonus command.
Alright. Are you done?
Yep.
Okay. There's this guy. He is stunned, so he has to roll. He is back up. Okay. He pushes off his friend and he stands up and he starts lining up his sling. And he is going for the big nasty barbarian who threw his friend at him.
Oh, damn it.
That's +4. He's a nat 1. Hang on.
Nat
Hang
1.
the fuck on.
He throws his sling instead.
He's seeing double after he took a friend to the face. So
Don't we all?
He lets go his sling, and the shot is good. It hits for maximum damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit Beevehr. His friend beside him collapses to the floor.
Woohoo!
And I just want to point out, what just happened there is why Fiverr is named. He did that the first time I ran that dungeon. He was kobold number 5. He did this exact thing. So now we have a Fiverr version 2.
Fiverr 2.0.
For reference, this one was kobold number 11.
Okay.
He rolled such a high severity.
So what does he do now?
Okay, he is going to turn and look at his friend. He's going to run over and cradle him and mutter in Draconic. Darius, do you want to see if you can hear him?
Sure.
I'm
do I
sorry.
roll?
I'm so sorry.
What do I roll for that?
You know what? You can hear this because he's shutting it. He's just like, no, oh shit, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Mom, I'm sorry.
He's not going to tell Mom.
Can't tell Mum if you're dead. Unless their mum's dead.
Alright.
Well,
We need to go with their mum.
Matt going dark. Jesus.
Following up with, we need to kill their mother.
Jesus Christ.
I'm almost at the stage where my character would basically go, let's give him one last chance to leave alive.
No.
No.
Fuck diplomacy. They must die.
Kobold
Ghost
Ghost
Mom.
Mom! Coming to a
Let me
theater
do
near
it.
you.
Well, I
Right.
know what I will do.
So this little kobold, he is going to scurry over here and hop on the back of the Drake, if I can line him up properly. Nah.
Oh, great.
So he is now mounted, and he is going to try and attack Uther. Where's my dice roller? There's my dice roller.
That's
8
a miss.
and 18. He hit you that time. So he hits you for 3 damage.
And the
You know
Drake's
what?
up.
I'm fine with that. He's
Next up-
welcome to.
Is the Drake. The Drake doesn't see Shava as a threat because he's missed both times, and now he's going to go for Luther.
Good, good, good.
So
Keep it coming.
he aims to claw you. He has a kobold on his back, so he has advantage. Does 16 hit you?
No.
Alright, well now he's going to try and bite you. Again with advantage. Nat 20. With a bite, which is his most damaging attack.
I was like, which is a damaging one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, at least it wasn't the claws as well.
He hits you for 11 damage.
That's not so bad.
Oh, that's fine actually. I'm only down to like 20 now.
Alright, so that's the Drake. Next
Pretty
up is
big chunk,
kobold number
actually.
8. Kobold number
Up
8
next is the kobold under the...
is still crying. Beevehr, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and I'm going to use my cleavers to chop into the Drake's tail.
Roll it.
Alright, cleaver.
Sephiroth seems to like my use of the phrase taking a friend to the face.
Good one.
That hits.
Pretty sure this hits.
Roll damage. 8. That's the kobold. Okay.
And having hit the Drake in the tail, I'm going to use my sword and try to hit the kobold in a way that will knock him off the Drake.
Alright, swing it. You hit the kobold.
Pretty sure that also hits.
Mm-hmm. Roll your damage. 8.
And another hit.
Okay. Did you hit him with the flat of your blade to try and knock him off, or are you hitting him with the blade?
Another flat of the blade.
Flat of the blade, okay. You smack him. Instead of doing 8 slashing damage, you do 8 bludgeoning damage. And he is now going to roll a dex save. Where is the dex of this kobold? I would say he'd fail that because this would have been a hard one. So, he is now prone on the floor. He is holding his broken nose and swearing through the blood.
Finally, get to be balanced!
Okay, next up.
Shava.
Shava!
Let's try stabbing it again.
Beaver, that link's for you, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's see. Just stab it.
Stabby, stabby. That hits him.
Good. That's 7 damage.
That's 7 plus 3.
No, because I don't have advantage, so I didn't actually crit him.
Ah, okay. So just 7 damage. Okay. You hurt this Drake. This Drake now regrets not seeing you as a threat. 14 does not hit him.
Ah, damn it. I should have used my sneak attack on the first attack, but I didn't.
Are you going to move?
Nah.
Okay. Next up is this guy. He's dead. This guy. He is going
To be dead.
to go for... I actually don't know who he's going to go for, so let's... okay then. He is going to go for Luther. He did actually roll on you, Luther.
I call for it.
I have these all in like a wee D6 thing, so whenever I'm not sure. So he's going to roll for this with his little sling.
And Snuggles' number is 7. That's a miss. Have fun.
He misses.
Still a miss.
He's a little bit too far away and he misses you because he's trying to avoid hitting his Drake friend. So, next up, Barben. This clusterfuck is continuing. What do you do?
I'm going to do something rather unusual.
Apparently he's going to turn into a cyborg.
Oh, like no. You're not like it.
Oof. Who left? Oh, me.
Sorry, that was me. Apparently my connection dropped.
Mm.
I'm going to do something really unusual for my character. I'm trying to address the kobolds. I'm going to try diplomacy this time.
Now you do. Okay.
Okay.
Now I do, yes.
This should be good.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to speak in a loud voice and tell them, look at this.
This is my boomstick. Sorry.
Don't ruin my scene. Look at this. Don't you see what situation you are in?
Alright.
I'm
sorry.
offering you one thing and one thing only.
Honey.
Shut up. I'm trying to be dramatic.
I think honey works there.
You can drop your weapons now and leave. I point at the door. And we will not harm you. However, if you insist on fighting us, then you will stand no more. I hope I have made myself clear. So,
Wait, do you
drop...
speak Draconic?
Yeah, he's
No,
doing
I'm
what he
trying
does.
to do this. I'm trying to get this through to them with a heavy disadvantage.
Are you trying to mime what you want to do?
Yeah, basically.
Alright, first off, roll me a persuasion, and then these guys are
Someone
going to
can
have to
speak
roll
Draconic.
insight.
I speak Draconic, yeah.
Yeah, but he's injecting his jokes.
No, I'm speaking out of character. So
24
I'm-
persuasion, but with disadvantage, that's 16.
I
Okay,
didn't know we were playing a dramatic
And now-
game some way.
let's see. This guy, 16. He understands what you're on about. This one. So he understands you. Next. He has no clue what you're doing. Fiver looks at you like you've grown a second head. This guy, nat 20, he understands all you're about. And last guy, 17, he understands you, but refuses to ignore you. And the Drake doesn't understand you. So, the only guy who knew what you were talking about is this guy. He is nodding furiously at you through sobs. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
Fiverr looks at me like I've grown a second head.
He has no clue what you were doing. He rolled real low. He's like, the fuck is he dancing?
Okay, then he will get to feel the... Beevehr has an idea, apparently. Or creature has an idea. I have pointed at the door. I point at the door. Again.
Point harder.
Harder? Well, if a Fiverr doesn't want to seems not to want to understand me, then I will use my nice little vicious mockery at him.
Alright. Wisdom save is, he has to beat 15.
Yes,
What's his wisdom? Oh, Jesus.
he's probably not very wise.
He got a 1. It was, he rolled
So,
a 3, but his wisdom is -2.
Yeah, well, maybe
So he's
now
looking
he
at
gets the
you,
hint.
he's looking at your exaggerated gestures, and it's like, I don't know what's going on, and I am offended.
Me.
Well,
Okay.
okay. And by the way, I shout at them. It looks like we have at least someone who's understanding.
So you're pointing out to the guy on the
pointing
chair?
at the guy under the rocking horse. Yes.
Okay.
So basically, trying to tell them don't attack him. He's given up. He's surrendered. Would be bad behavior if we killed him.
Okay. Fiverr does not like what you're on about, so he's gonna hit you with a sling. Taking a 22 hits you.
Yes.
He does 6 damage. He beans you in the head.
I'm down to 20. Okay.
Next up, Darius. You don't have a
Okay,
beaver next to you to stab anymore. What do you do?
I'm going for Fiverr again.
You really want Fiverr dead.
Well,
I don't know why.
He's turned into a
There's a
little
literal giant lizard here. Oh, thank you, Beaver. You've done something really good. Thank you.
yeah, a giant lizard that is surrounded by 3 other people. I think you'll be okay.
No.
Yeah, I think
Always
he's had
go to
enough
the big
for
one
anything.
first.
So I am going to. Okay, so I gain a +2 bonus to attack when roll. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use my light crossbow for Fiverr.
Alright, roll it. You had him.
Okay, and I get +2 to whatever damage I inflict.
Alrighty then. So, Fiverr is
Okay,
spinning his sling and he's glaring at the bard, but as he's distracted, you shoot him square in the chest. Fiverr looks down at the bolt, says, "Bitch!" and slumps over.
You should have listened.
He doesn't understand you! You're shouting at him in a language he doesn't
Barben, he
speak.
can't understand you if he can't listen to you if he doesn't know what you're saying.
I assume that's
Well,
your
then
turn?
tell them.
Do you not have you not seen my last attempts at diplomacy have been less than
Optimal.
All you have
Convincing.
to do is repeat my words.
fine?
That's a big lie.
Alright. Are you done?
Yeah, I will actually move over to our injured friend here because I have an idea that may or may not work, but we shall see.
You're not trying to throw him through the room, are you?
I'm not the thrower in the group, okay?
Are you trying to grapple the kobold who's crying under the horse?
Do what?
He surrendered.
I know.
You heard him say that. Okay. Well, I got it from his movements.
And it's not hard to see someone that's nodding very enthusiastically that he is with us. But I have an idea that I will reveal on my next turn. If
All right.
Alright. Next up, Luther.
As no one's revealed that anyone's surrendering, I'm going to carry on in combat.
I revealed that the fellow under the rocking horse has surrendered.
Yep,
Yeah,
you
we
said
have
show
to-
that.
The other ones just
Sick.
looked at me and shrugged.
Okay. So, what's the bonus for flanking in 5th edition?
You now have a murder sandwich, so you get advantage because Beevehr is directly opposite you across the monster.
Sick. 22.
That hits him.
15 bludgeoning damage. That's 2 6s and a 3. That is maximum I can do.
Alright.
How does that
So,
sound?
you swing your maul down in a downward strike. The Drake is too busy paying attention to Shava, who just kind of poked him in the sides, and doesn't realise it until his head has been turned to jelly on the floor. This Drake collapses over. He's now dead.
Okay, Can I move here?
You can.
Great, and I move Snuggles here. Yeah, is that
Mhm.
okay?
And,
Sure.
and now
weapon
he
for
has
attack.
a new
Alright.
murder sandwich.
My maul. With 22, that hits. I'm
That
guessing.
saves him.
Does 12 kill it?
Yeah, this kobold was lying prone after he got knocked off the Drake. As he struggles to
get
get
triple
up,
advantage, do I?
you cave in his chest. This kobold is very dead.
Okay,
No, you need to be an elf to get
moved.
triple advantage.
3, 4, 5. How many feet can I think? 40 feet. 30. 35 I can go for this guy. With Snuggles.
Roll for Snuggles.
I would say that's
This
a
dog
no.
is only good for being thrown.
Alright, hang on. Let's see.
Absolute liability. I don't know why I keep it around.
Let's see what happens to poor Snuggles. Okay. Snuggles lunges for the kobold. The kobold manages to shove him off, and Snuggles' head is now stuck in the dollhouse.
Do I need to move it here or?
Yeah, I would say just leave him there, but his head is stuck in the dollhouse.
Well, he's facing the right way, so that's what matters.
Yeah, so...
Oh, nice.
he needs to basically do either a dexterity or a strength check, I would say, to friggle free.
That would be on his next turn, I believe, if you're going to go by,
Yep.
that logic.
Okay, next up is this guy. This guy, he is hurt. He is looking at his friends. And he's trying to decide whether the strange little, strange guy with the lute was talking to him or just shouting to his friends. He doesn't know. He moves over here. He sees Snuggles. He looks at the bard. He moves next to his friend. And he's going to line up a
I'm
shot.
dead.
on
Oh
the
my
bard.
god. The dog was dead. It was so dead.
Okay, and now because he's next to a friend, he gets advantage. I take it 14 doesn't hit you.
You mean Luther?
No,
Oh,
Bard
good.
and the Bard.
14 doesn't hit, no.
Okay then, the stone clacks against the doorframe next to your head and he misses. Next up,
Well, he's pretty close, so it basically
this
hits
guy.
my...
He's dead. The Drake. He's dead.
is dead. This
K8 is still crying underneath the horse, but he throws his sling and his dagger at Darius's feet. Beevehr, you're up.
I would, for now, just like to very slowly walk up to this goblin down here and stare very, very hard and roll intimidation.
Do it. Intimidation. And he's going to roll a save. Yeah, he glares back at you. You do
And
not
that-
affect him at all.
Do I still have an attack?
Nope. That
Pity.
would have been your action.
Was worth a shot.
Yep. Shava! You're up.
Okay, so we've got a couple of kobolds left.
3, in fact, and 1 has surrendered. So,
Five
if you're
is
going to
10.
kill him, then I'm
Shava
going to
aware.
murder you in your sleep.
He's the rogue. He's the person who does the murdering in sleep.
I've played a rogue once.
And I'm the person who heals.
I'll attack this one.
Thank you.
Alright.
Actually,
Hey, Shava, if you go 5 feet towards the other kobold, you'll be in range for the sneak attack bonus. Because you'll be next to an ally.
right.
Actually, towards Beevehr. Because then you're in range
Basically, move here.
for being sneak attack. I believe you can make it there.
Now let me double check something real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, because I'm just saying, the way you moved, if you stopped there, you would have got an attack of opportunity from the guy you passed in front of.
Which one?
This guy, you passed right in front of him.
I'm. S-
Oh, you
what
moved
square
right-
is he actually in?
You moved
Yeah,
behind
what square-
Beevehr. Okay, sorry, I thought you moved in front of Beevehr.
What
Okay.
square is that kobold in? Can you square it up for me, please?
He's, I'd say about there.
Okay. In that case, I imagine I get the flanking bonus on that one.
Yeah.
I
Should
would
do.
say it wouldn't count because Snuggles is incapacitated.
Oh, well then I'll move here and get it from Beevehr.
You can do that.
Okay.
$19. That hits him.
Eight damage, and I'll add my sneak attack to that. 17 damage.
There we go.
Is he
You
down?
eviscerate this guy.
About time. And then I'll take my bonus attack on the other guy.
You're really murdering him.
I attacked this one.
Alright.
The one between me and Beevehr, not.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
the one that
You
you killed
killed
the
this
flanking
one
bonus.
first, and now you're trying to go and murder
Alright, well,
Rice,
you
the
still
one
killed
next
him.
to the dollhouse.
Yes.
Well, might be dead in this deck as well.
26 hits?
Oh yeah, that's.
He's dead.
That's only 4 damage.
4 damage. He sees you coming, and he manages to block off the worst of the attack, but he's been grazed. He's still standing.
However, he's not going to come into movement after Darius. And if
Barben.
Darius is doing
Yeah.
something smart,
You're up, Barben.
I know. I'm trying to get through to the idiot down here. I'm not talking about Shava, I'm not talking about Snuggles.
Well,
I'm trying to get
there's only
through-
one left. So.
Through to the other one, I take my hand crossbow.
And shoot
I-
it. Congratulations, you're one of us.
Well,
I'm
that's-
neutral good, so no. I'm not.
Okay, all you got about Paladin.
I'm taking my crossbow and I show him that I'm putting it away. Trying to make clear what I'm trying to communicate is you put your weapon away, you put your weapon down, I put my crossbow
Inside.
to the ground, but out of reach for him, just in case, and try to tell him to do the same. And I
He rolled a 5 on his
I'm not-
insight. Minus 2.
I'm not.
You're not
Great.
getting through to him. He thinks you're an idiot for putting your weapon away in the middle of a fight.
God, same.
This is the dumbest kobold.
I mean, between me and Beevehr
He's a minus
standing
2 on his wisdom.
over here screening, he's not in a lot of danger for having done that.
I'm looking at Darius. I need a little help in translation, it seems. So,
Because it just is so weird to me murdering with words.
Um,
You could have had some serious magical fun.
He has kindly suggested you fornicate with your mother.
And that's how his broth was made. The kobold, not the bard. I think. I mean, I don't judge.
I'm sorry, Darius. Were you trying to say? Were you saying something to me? You're the kobold.
No, that is what the kobold was.
To be truly honest, Darius, you wouldn't be able to have this conversation until your turn.
Well,
I mean,
Well, he was talking
you
to
can talk
me,
same time, so it's not like you
Yeah,
have to
the
take...
Barben can ask you to try something on your next turn, but you can't have a full conversation with the kobold on Barben's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what was going on. I apologize.
yeah.
Okay.
I basically tell you, try telling the kobold down here that he should throw away his weapons and he's free to leave.
Alright. Is he going to take any other actions this turn?
Ask him. You can tell the kobold I'm going to kill him. Take a pick.
It's not your turn.
Speaking of free actions, other players, it's fine.
You doing anything else, Barben?
No, I'm not. Well, I'm doing one thing. I'm stepping away from the door.
Okay. I accidentally removed you from the turn order, but that's alright. The combat's going to be over in a minute.
I'm not going to fight anymore.
Darius, you're up.
Barben's a conscientious objector now.
I had no idea what you were saying just then.
Alright. What are you doing, Darius?
Okay. I also, I am focusing my attention on our injured friend here. I also see that once I see that he has thrown his weapons to my feet, I gently push them away. I sheath my sword. I kneel down to his level. See that he is still in a lot of pain, that he is still crying, that he is scared. And I attempt to convince him that if he would help us to find the second key in the mansion, no more harm will come to him.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
This is the part where we all murder each other.
Yeah, because I'm going to detect evil.
15.
And
say-
if that's still evil,
He believes you.
Ah!
Well,
He,
Problem there.
He
Go ahead.
nods. He nods because at the minute he's still too upset to actually say anything, but he agrees to help.
It's all right. It's all right, gentlemen. This kobold here is not to be harmed. I believe that he may be a benefit to us.
and the other one is calling him a traitor already.
That one, on the other hand, do as you will.
He didn't even try to
That
talk
one is
to
a
him.
deuce!
Alright. Well, that was your action for the persuasion. Are you moving or doing anything else, Dari?
No, I'm good.
Alright. Luther!
I'm just checking something quickly.
Detect Evil doesn't actually detect alignment in 5th edition. It detects creature type if they're outsiders or fiends and stuff.
God, Paladin's so bad early. Okay, so
You can still use insight to try to get.
Yeah, but why would
whether
I?
they're good or
I just
bad.
want to point out as well, this
I want
kobold is very injured, and you're all twice the size of him.
But if it's still evil, then as per my faction of the Order of Gauntlet, I have to still try and smite it. That is a literal word, without hesitation.
Alright.
So, Snuggles is there. Okay, so Snuggles gonna try and get out first.
Roll me a dex.
Sure, 1 second. What is his dex? He has a dex bonus of +2. Oh.
Snuggles
getting
tries
out
to get his
there.
head out, but his ears are jammed in the doorframe.
So, well, I'm assuming Shava's got that kobold under complete control.
Probably,
So
yeah.
I'm going to cast Lay on Hands on myself.
Cast it.
I
My.
can restore up to 25 hit points. And I'm going to heal myself for 15. I believe
Alright.
that's okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
We
I
shall
still have
see.
an action remaining. So I would like to...
Boogie.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just doing a quick look at angles. No one's in my way for a shot on the kobold if I use a short bow, are they?
Let's
Because
see.
Snuggles is technically more on this side than the other.
I would say you have a clear-ish shot. Because
Is it gonna bite him in the arse if I get a 1?
you might hit Snuggles in the arse if you roll very badly. But
Just like that.
it's
I got
not
6, so
enough
it's
to
not
shoot Snuggles in the
I was
arse.
like, it's the 5 next that scared me.
Yeah, you miss.
Oh, I see red.
You
Okay.
miss, and
Bow
you give
drawn,
Snuggles' tail a little shave.
And I am going to move myself to here.
Alright.
Okay. I have full command of the room. I'm happy. Who's
It's
next?
this guy's turn. He,
What is he gonna do?
let me see, actually. Let's see how smart he is.
Does he figure out that he's now?
He's a very smart kobold.
He
He looks at Shava. He looks at Darius. He looks at who has now been named Tomoto by the chat. And he pulls
He
his
looks at
dagger
Snuggles'
out of his
arse.
belt and throws it on the ground.
So
He's
he
surrendered.
surrenders. Problem is,
Smart boy.
no one right next to him does understand that he did that.
He's throwing
Well,
his hands up over his
I
head.
mean,
It's
I
an
mean,
your
obvious
weapons
gesture.
is
dropping
kind
a
of
weapon is kind of a universal thing.
Yeah,
But
so
essentially
he's
it's-
thrown down his weapon. His hands are up over his head.
I'm going to say right now, if we leave any of these kobolds to walk out of this room, they're going to tell other people we're going to have a shit show on our hands.
I have a solution to that.
That's what I wanted to hear.
The kobold looks at Beevehr, is very confused.
These windows aren't like boarded or anything, right? They're just got curtains and stuff.
They have curtains there. It looks like in the middle, they have been sewed together with sloppy knots, and they have been tacked to the wall on the edge.
Okay, so combat is over, correct?
Yeah,
Combat's over.
combat is over.
Okay, so I'm gonna just start cutting down one of these
Tomato and
curtains.
George have surrendered. Yes.
And it's Darius that knows how to speak Draconic, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so Shava will look at Darius and say, well, our job is to get them out of the building, so if we're not going to kill them, they need to leave right now. Out this window.
Deal.
You're gonna throw them out of a second-story window.
I would like
They-
to volunteer to throw them.
They can climb out if they want. They can try to fashion a rope from the curtains if they want, but they're going out.
But they are leaving.
Look. This one right here. If you want, do what you want with them. I don't care. But this one has information that can get us to where we need to go.
If he wants to give us information, he can do that. And if
I'll
it's
give them a
useful,
better throw.
if it's useful, we can go from there. If it's not, he goes out the window.
Yep.
If the information is very useful, I might even throw a potion of healing his way, or maybe
That'd be a waste
water
of
skill.
potion when I throw it on the
Or
window.
maybe
for
he
sure.
would get. No, I know what I would do. I would give him a little bit of wine to soothe the pain.
So long as
After
it's
all,
your
I still
wine.
have,
I say, it's your
after all,
wine.
I still have
Kinda waste
one
that
skin
kobold.
of fortified wine, the strong stuff.
Look, gentlemen, I gave him my word that if he helped us, no one would harm him. I am not going back on my word.
I'm not saying we harm him. I'm saying he leaves
We
the
are gonna hurt
building.
him. Gravity is.
Like I said, he can climb down, he can make a rope, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. But I don't want him
He's not leaving through those doors.
Exactly. He's a threat to us that way.
Look at him. He is not a threat.
Okay.
He's
While you are talking,
God,
this little kobold,
Captain America Civil War flashbacks.
this kobold has reached over and has tried to free Snuggles' head from the dollhouse, but he doesn't quite get it. But you can see he's trying to make himself appear useful.
It may not be.
Side note. One second.
Okay. Good.
What if we? What if
15,
we
I'm guessing gets out.
15? Yeah, just about. With the help of the kobold, you manage to push down Snuggles' ear and get him out of the door of the dollhouse.
What if we
Snuggles
were
aware combat's
to?
over?
Yeah, combat is over.
Is Snuggles aware of this?
Do you tell him?
I haven't told him yet, and he's just come out with a kobold at his face. This is why I'm asking, is he aware it's over before something happens?
Well, I assume because you're standing next to him, well, you are supposed to be next to him for doing this, that you will pat him assuredly.
Was wiggling out in his own accord.
Oh, okay, he's wiggled out himself. Alright.
Yeah, I was letting him do it. I mean, he's a strong, independent dog. He don't need no master.
I think Snuggles notices that the tension
kobold
in the
helped
room
him
has
out.
changed.
The kobold's assistants got him out of there, so I think Snuggles is like, wait, is this okay? And he's looking over to
now?
you. He's looking over to you, Luther. This kobold's just kind of like gently patting his head. It's like,
Now,
good.
neither of these kobolds are a threat to us personally. Like, they're not going to kill us themselves, but they could run off and tell their friends or tell their master.
Technically, that master already knows, given that you went boom downstairs.
Great, so there's no need. We can just kill him. Sweet.
No.
No.
This one.
Why
here
are we giving
has-
people advantages against us?
Because this one here has information that will
Talk to
further
him
aid us.
then.
And I promised him no one would harm him.
Again, I'm not advocating harming
We're
him.
not- No one is throwing anyone off.
I'm
of
not
anyone.
throwing anybody out a window. It's a second-story window. They're not gonna die from a second-story window.
One of them
Considering I hit him pretty square in the knee, and
Considering the condition this one is in, a two-story drop may as well kill him.
1 second. How high is a second story, like full, like second story like window?
About
you
20
have to.
feet.
Yeah, about
For
20
1
feet.
second.
Do you want to throw him? I'm not.
20 feet in meters is 6 meters.
I have an
Meters will
idea!
be about 1d6 damage. He can survive that.
Oh, Beevehr has an idea.
There are mattresses in the other room, why don't we throw that out?
You mean?
Sure.
Oh, you mean?
You know what? Yeah, I'm down for this.
Okay. How about this? Beevehr, listen to me. Since our friend here is unable to walk, would you please carry him to where the location of the other key is? Then we can do the slumber party bullshit. Okay?
Oh, alright by me. That's... He basically weighs nothing.
Okay. So we need him to tell us where the other key is. After that, we can figure out a way for them to safely leave.
I mean,
And-
we could always bring them to the front door and shove them out there.
Fine. That'll work.
I mean, if we really just want them gone, we can bring them downstairs and shove them out the door and say goodbye. Have a nice life.
That works as long as there's no throwing anybody out of windows or any such nonsense like that. Because
It's not so much that I want them gone, it's that we took a job to get them gone.
It's like,
And
I'm jumping
they'll
in.
be
Gone off the
Remove them.
door.
And if we chuck them out the front door, they'll be gone.
Exactly, it's fine.
No harm, no foul.
And the
Fine.
master's already in the house, so
we'll have to deal with that as it comes.
Oh boy.
Well,
Okay. I know that I don't have a good track record, Luther, but I'm asking you to trust me on this.
I'm
One
asking you
last
to
chance.
trust us.
That's not adding to your bonus.
No, I'm not saying that it's adding to a bonus, but I'm basically telling you, we told them they get to leave. They get to leave. We're no assholes. Unless you want to be the asshole, but then you're getting trouble with. Then we're running into a little trouble between you and me.
We've already come to an agreement. We're gonna throw
We're
them out
at
the
an
front door.
agreement. Like, if you
No,
want
we're
to
not
PvP,
going
I
to-
don't mind. I can hit a lot more than you. I've got a way higher armor class, dude. Just chill, please.
We've worked out a way that this can work. So
We have a working plan.
Yes,
We
let
can
us
do it.
just focus. Let us just focus
Please.
on the let us just focus on the task at hand, and we'll deal with everything else one at a time.
So go ahead and talk to him about whatever useful information you think he has.
Okay, I am going to. Okay, out of character. I am now going to attempt to ask the kobold if he knows about where the other key is, and specifically its location.
All right.
Uh,
So first off, he's still clinging to the leg of the horse.
okay.
He looks at you, but he's terrified. He's just burrowing his head in while his friend is trying to coax him out. So he's paying no attention to you right now.
It won't do any. It won't do any good. He's still too terrified.
Let me show you how it's done. I want to reach down with a chunk of meat and offer it to him.
Roll persuasion?
I was gonna say, I'm gonna let you figure out what you want there, because I mean,
You're trying to coax them out. That's persuasion.
The kobold
do I get
looks at you.
advantage because I'm using meat and it's a kobold?
This one turns and looks at you and rolls his eyes. And then he
Gee,
leans
you're
in
so
under the
good.
horse and whispers to him.
Okay.
And then drags him out. So
Uh,
he's now sitting here holding his leg. While the other kobold is just like patting him on the arm, going, yeah, it's okay, calm down.
Okay. I think the first thing that we have to do is at least attempt to see if he can walk on his own. So I would like to try to remove the arrow and attempt to bandage him up.
Roll a medicine check, which would be...
I got it.
A medicine check.
There we are. 21! Oh yeah! You manage to pull out the arrow after telling the kobold what you're going to do, so he doesn't panic. And you apply
I get the
some...
bolt back.
You apply some salve and bandage up his leg, and he gets a few health points back.
I mean, that was
So he
21,
seems-
his leg is not bionic.
He looks up at you. Let me see, actually. He looks up at you and asks, "New master?"
No, master. Oh gosh, how do I say this?
New master! He starts
New
nodding at
master.
you and pointing at you
New
and
master.
towards the other kobold and points
No,
to
no,
Darius and goes, "New master!"
Oh dear God.
Congratulations. You seem to have
You
got
have a child.
two kids. Do you wish to settle down now?
I mean, you have a lovely house to do it in.
And this is what happens when you're nice to kobolds, Shava will say, and then go back out and watch.
Okay. Can I attempt again to ask him about the key?
Yeah, sure. Roll with advantage.
Or with advantage? Okay. How much advantage?
Just roll it and the two numbers will pop up.
Okay.
And we'll take the higher one.
Oh, are you fucking kidding
Oh my
me?
God.
We get to choose between 13 or 13.
Let's use the higher
I will go
13.
with-
You
I
have
will go with.
minus one
I think I will go
persuasion.
with 13.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Oh, really?
Alright. So, luckily, because you have now healed this kobold, and this kobold likes you, that was a pretty low save, so he's going to hop up on his leg, bend his newly healed up knee, and start gesturing, beckoning to you. Say, Old Master key! Old Master has key hidden with bad man. This way! So he opens the door, he looks up the open door and sees Shava, and just kind of pauses, and then looks to new Master.
It's okay. It's okay. Shava, let him pass, please.
First, I'd like you to translate something for me.
Very well.
I'm just going to pull out my sword and point it at the kobold's nose and say, if you betray us, I will find you.
That's very...
Do you translate for the kobold?
That's very unnecessary, but very well.
It's very necessary.
Okay,
That's our job.
What do I roll for that?
You just directly translate.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so as you translate what the violent Drow is saying, he kind of hides behind your leg under your cloak.
Oh.
It's okay. See, you startled. See, these are... It's like, he's a gentle creature. He's scared, okay? And this is not helping.
You've never seen a kobold's trap if you think he's a gentle creature. They're vicious, and they'll kill you. They get a second of advantage.
Oh yeah, he really feels inside. He is terrified of you.
I've heard the same being said about Drow, so...
And it's correct.
Takes one to know another, eh?
I'm going to point out I'm a half-orc, so that's triple racist.
So he's only half racist. So,
Ooh.
the point is...
2.5 times racist?
My point being, any creature under the right circumstances can be dangerous, be it human, elf, orc, whatever. The point is, we have a job to do. So let's please carry on.
By all means.
Okay.
I've said my piece.
How do you pronounce his name? Tomoto?
Tomoto, yeah.
Tomoto.
Tomoto and Stitch, they have been named by the chat.
It's okay, Tomoto. Go on ahead, please. Show me where it's at.
Okay, he kind of like ages out the door and scarpers past Shava as quickly as possible, and then waits at the end of the hall for you to come.
Okay.
This one just kind of follows behind.
Hey, you guys, does anyone need that catapult?
You know what, Beevehr? That's a good idea. Maybe you should check what little useful things might be here. And yes, the catapult. Maybe we need to besiege the master.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'll
God.
take that. I'll take it with me.
We might
Oh
find
my God.
we might find a castle of little people and decide to take their castle. Sorry.
You mean lead figurines?
Alright,
Sure.
so Beevehr, are you taking the miniature catapult?
I sure do.
Yep, okay.
Okay, now,
So,
question,
before you
is
notice the
anybody-
room, you
Okay,
notice
so
that
is any-
Snuggles is whining
Sorry.
and looking at the dollhouse. And he's trying to
Why
reach
does
his
Snuggles
paw
get today?
in. He's trying to reach his paw in. You could see his little hat has still stuck inside the house and he can't get it back.
Oh.
Gotta re-hat my dog,
You put the hat back on them.
obviously.
Alright. Snuggles now hops around. He tippy taps his little paws. He's all excited. He has his hat back.
And he's chewing on his sword.
Okay.
What
so
is
you
the
are
question,
following
yes?
me, Okay.
Alright.
I was gonna,
So-
I was gonna ask if y'all were gonna just leave me to my own devices or.
No,
follow me here.
I'm staying here. I'm keeping an eye on Stitch.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
I have no idea what the fuck he's on about.
Fair enough.
Because I don't speak his language and he's been... and nuisance.
Shouldn't at least one more person stay behind with Barben and Stitch?
Beaver's still here.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
Beaver's
barbarian
here.
and a bard to take on one kobold if things go bad. They should be fine.
Still.
Stitch
Okay,
looks to be
shall-
in pretty bad shape too, by the way. Anyway, so, Tomoto, he runs up to this door and he pats on the door frame and says, secret way. But no, master knows no. Do it this way. Oops.
Okay.
So he pats that door
Sorry,
and says
I
that.
walked for a second.
And then
Tomoto looked rather stretched for a bit.
yeah, he scurries to the end of the hallway, and I should move the camera. Sorry. So he patted on this door and said secret way. And then he comes back down here. Let's get rid of that. And he when he gets closer to this door, you notice he actually starts walking on his tippy toes, as he's trying to make as little noise as possible.
Luther?
Timoto, is someone or something there?
It's the bad man. It's the bad man with the metal skin.
Okay. It's okay.
He holds key to master. He won't let us see master unless he likes us. But he doesn't like us. The master likes him though. I don't know why.
Oh, it's
You
okay.
see him whimper and he kind of like scurries back over here.
Okay. Timoto, you've done a wonderful service to us. Now, is there any way that you can open the door for us so that we can get a good look in what's inside?
Tomoto could go in. Bad man, not nice. But he hurts kobold, but he no kill them without master say so.
Okay. I will be right behind you if anything happens.
I would actually have sent him off to his way, but okay.
I think off character. I think he can still be advantageous to us. So,
As you're talking,
Tomoto.
Stitch runs up and he grabs Tomoto and starts whispering in his ear. Darius, do you want to roll perception to see if you hear him?
Sure. Damn.
You don't hear it, but Tomoto shakes his head and pushes him away and says, "No,
Tomoto,
no master now, no master."
Tomoto, what's the matter?
He want to tell Batman.
Okay.
No tell Batman.
Stitch. Let me.
I love how you're calling them by their names, but they never called you their names.
Well, I'm trying to show them respect.
Name badge.
Now that I know their names, I mean, I don't see why.
Hi, I'm Stitch.
Ohana means family.
So you look now, you notice that Stitch looks absolutely terrified.
Okay. Stitch, look at me. I understand you're scared. I understand you're terrified, but I need you to trust me. I promise you. I give you my word. If you help us, we will be on our way, and no harm will come to you. Please.
Roll persuasion.
Oh Lord. It's probably not going to work. Nope.
He nat 20'd. He does not believe you at all.
Shava.
Alright. So, before my foot,
Yes.
you see Stitch. Stitch is starting to reach for something in his belt, but before he does, Tomoto jumps on him. And the two kobolds start having a quick fight. Tomoto
I want to
bites.
I
I
want
put
to.
1 gold on Stitch.
I'm going to go in between and try to separate them.
I'll just get my knives out.
Yeah.
You notice
I would say,
I have my spear out so I can threaten both from this distance.
Alright, well let's just see how quickly he can get an attack off. Let's see if he gets this bite. He fails! He misses his bite, however, Tomoto fails his action as well, or Stitch fails his action as well. You notice that Stitch was reaching for a horn, but Tomoto has grabbed it off him and won't let him blow it.
I think we need to.
Maybe the rogue should take that.
We should probably make certain that Stitch does not aid us anymore. I think Stitch has
Outlived his worth.
has earned his leave.
Stitch has attempted to betray us, and
This is stuff you're saying in character?
yes.
Okay, cool.
He has betrayed
Yep.
us. Shava,
You
take-
shank Stitch.
Hey, someone's rather quick.
Yeah, no, I was ready for this.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Yeah, he's dead. He is very dead. Alright then.
Oh,
As he
not a
slumps
noise.
to the floor, Tomoto snatches away the horn and holds it to his chest, and you hear him mutter, No, tell. No, master, good. No, master. And he goes behind your leg again.
Tomoto.
He hands you the horn.
Thank you. I guess I'll add this to my inventory because I could always use more. I could always use more shiny things.
It is a tiny, child-size dragon horn bone. Dragon bone horn. Drake horn bone thing.
Horn.
Drake horn.
Horn.
Drake
Drake
bone
bone
horn.
A young Drake.
horn.
Hon, 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 hon.
Horn.
I can speak English words, I swear.
Is it an English horn, a French horn, or a German?
It's a Dutch
All
horn.
right.
It's a
Sick.
and the wheel lands on the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Tomoto. Thank you. Thank you for the horn. Now I need you to open the door for,
Hang on, I need to
for
get-
me. We'll handle the rest, please.
Okay.
I will
So
prepare.
he looks at you,
We're right here. Don't worry.
and then
I nod at
he
him.
holds one little claw to his lips and points to this door down here and says, more of us down there.
Thank you.
I basically nod. I might not understand, but I'm acting as if I understand. Apparently more. More
So
threats.
he looks to Darius one more time and he says, need key?
Yes, I need key.
Need key. Okay. Tomoto opens the door and slips into the room. You hear someone bark at him in Draconic, wanting to know what he's doing there.
Can I check slightly open the door and see what's going on inside?
Trying to reveal areas, but the game is not doing it. There we are. Okay. So, as you peer in through the door that he has left slightly cracked, you see two large drakes lounging in the room on lush carpets. They are armoured, and in the middle of the room is a gigantic dragonborn in thick plate armour. Scattered around the room is the armour and weapons of what appears to be previous adventurers.
Oh, great.
he-
We found the big boss.
Barben, we might have our work cut out for us this
He
time.
turns round and snaps at the kobold. Tomoto shrieks in fear, and he glances back towards the door to you. And then turns back into the room. And he goes
Okay,
over.
I gesture to Barben. Let the others know we might have to go in there
Let's
soon.
see how this goes. So,
I basically move towards them, and, move on. Being
you hear
rather
Tomoto.
quiet.
He
I
is
move
saying,
to them and tell them that. Come
he
on,
is trying to
guys.
say, the master is hungry, and he wants food from Chef, but Chef can't open door. Chef need key. Sister gave key. Need brother key. Ah, my dice. Ooh. Okay.
Oh no.
Someone's noticed.
He is really good.
I'm-
at this. Alright.
I should probably ready my rapier.
Oops.
Okay. Tomoto rolled. He rolled a 9, and he's got a -1 in charisma. Nazim rolled 3 and has a -2 in his charisma.
Well,
Nazim snorts at the kobold, stomps over, and you hear him say again, "The chef needs to find other ways to the master and stop disturbing me." He picks up Tomoto and throws him towards the door, and then he goes back over to the weapons. Tomoto scrabbles out, and in his hand he holds an intricately carved iron bar.
Woo!
with flowers on one side and a jagged edge on the other.
Yep. He slams the door closed and he looks up at Darius with the biggest grin on his face and holds up the bar. Key for new master.
Oh my god, Tomoto, well done, well done indeed. Are you okay?
I am okay.
I think now is our side to be held off the bargain.
Yes.
Much as some might object, glancing over to Shava and Luther, we should not only allow him to leave, but lead him to the door.
I agree.
And remember, the left staircase is the one that's okay. The right one, not so much.
Here, have a jar of free honey.
You shove the honey in the face, and the kobold opens up the jar and starts lapping at it with his tongue, like.
He's
looks
proven
so
himself
smart.
well and
He knows what's
useful.
good.
I have no problem with him.
All right.
Okay.
So I guess it is time for us to say farewell to him now.
Agreed. Let us
To
all
get to let him be free and do what he wishes.
agree.
Okay.
Someone's happy.
I just rolled something for him, and anywho, so where do you guys go?
We're going downstairs, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we take Tomoto downstairs.
Are you done on the upper floor?
We will return, but without Tomoto.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that
We
that
hold up our part of the bargain as he has done what he promised.
Exactly.
Okay, as you're leading him towards the stairs, he looks up to Darius and asks what's happening.
Tomoto, you've done us a great service. I cannot thank you enough. And in return for your generosity, I grant you your freedom. You are free to go. I am no longer your master. You may do it. You may do as you want.
Tomoto looks up at you, and he shakes his head.
What do you mean?
Kobolds need master. You master.
Are you saying you want to stay with me willingly?
He nods enthusiastically and continues to lick at his honey.
Well,
Tomoto
Maybe
like
we
the
should-
big one.
we are gentlemen. Everyone, it appears we are at a bit of an impasse. Tomoto does not want to leave our company.
If he does not want to leave our company, he did.
I won't force. I won't force
Does
him.
he do this on his free decision? Does he know that we might have to kill others like him?
I will ask him. Tomoto, you do understand that if you stay in our company, that we may end up killing more of your own kind. Are you prepared for this?
They serve Old Master. Old Master bad. He steal us as eggs. They serve
Okay.
Master. They not good. They egg thieves.
Okay, let us make a deal then. If at any time you wish to leave, to be on your own, you will get no argument from me. Okay?
He just kind of grins at you with his teeth covered in honey.
Okay.
Okay, it seems he doesn't understand. He looks like he doesn't understand the repercussion of this.
He seems to be consenting. He seems to be willing to do what I do.
To be fair, you did see him tackle Stitch.
Yes, and yes, also judging from just a little while ago, he appears to have no problem attacking his own kind. So, as long as, and he seems to be aware of the consequences, so I see no harm in carrying him with us as long as he wants.
Fine by me. He'll probably die in the combats anyway.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be great. Hell yeah, this honey. So good it turns kobolds good.
Well, then he shall be our mascot, in a way.
Yeah.
Sure.
I shall maybe I shall sing songs to his name, too.
Luther does not appear. I'm expecting some sarcasm from Luther.
While you are having a conversation, he is attempting to pat Snuggles.
Luther, is there any way that you can convince Snuggles that Tomoto is friendly?
Give it time.
Very well.
Is
It's okay,
Snuggles letting
Tomoto.
Tomoto pet him?
Apprehensively.
It's okay. It's okay, Tomoto. Snuggles has been through quite a bit today. It'll take time.
Okay. So,
I think we're going to need to take another session. we're taking this roleplay thing way too seriously.
I know, and I
Very
love it
slowly.
so much.
I am having a wonderful time.
So-
This is awesome.
Tomoto joins the party. You now have
I
a
got my-
kobold scout.
I got my very own pet. Luther has Snuggles. I have Tomoto.
Tomoto
And
is
I
now
have
your
my
minion,
loot.
Darius. He will act on your turn.
Wait, what now?
He is now your minion. He will act on your turn.
He's
kinda
basically
the way-
acting like Snuggles.
Oh, cool. Okay, awesome.
Which reminds me, maybe we should look and see if we can find... Does anyone still have a surplus piece of armor? Kobold armor.
Let me see.
I'm not sure why I would have any. I'm not gonna lie.
As a matter of fact, I have a suit of small plate mail in my inventory for some reason.
Well, probably...
Oh, yeah,
Then we know, then
You
we know
tried to
what we
put that
should
on
do.
Snuggles and he didn't accept it, so you put it in your inventory to try later, and then you did it again with another set. So you still have a spare
Yeah,
set.
we can outfit Tomoto with it.
Here, I'll give him the small plate mail and 3 of my spare daggers.
Is he
That was-
proficient in heavy armor?
Probably not.
I'm guessing he's not if he's a scout.
Well,
yeah.
I just
He
I
is
mean,
gonna be a
when
waddling
I called him a
arse.
scout, that wasn't his class. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah,
could
I
He
did.
doesn't
use
have
him
a
Scout
as
does.
he
I was
didn't
assuming
have
you
a
meant an
class.
aerobic
He
folder.
didn't need it.
It's like, what's his class? He's a fucking kobold.
Pretty
Kobolds
much.
are so classless.
Let me see. Looking at his stats,
He's
you
looking
could
classy.
actually outfit him in that if you really wanted to.
Well, we want him to last a little bit longer, just like
I would
Snuggles.
like him to be around for a while. Yeah.
All right. So you offer him the plate mail you stole from the shaman. He looks a bit apprehensive about putting it on until Darius basically says it's okay. And as he does, he pulls off what appears to be a holy symbol and throws it to the ground. So obviously that's a symbol he doesn't like.
Okay, it's probably the symbol of the old master.
Fair enough.
Maybe I should take a look at it and try to see Would that be investigation, intimidation, insight, history?
Knowledge, religion.
Religion, let me see. That's going to be interesting. Let me try it. Well, that's 20.
It is a symbol to the dragon Tiamat.
Okay.
Glazing bad news.
Oh.
Beevehr was trying to find a new.
I was
And
trying to look
dress.
for a new hat for him, but there are no more hats left.
Maybe in the pile he's standing on.
Sephiroth really wants to make him into a haberdasher.
Wait, can I give him back the Drakebone horn?
I'm not sure why he would need a
I'm
Drake
not sure why he would want that. Or if
It
he
would be
wanted to
unwise.
have
It would be like me playing the Drakeborn horn, the Drake horn, and alert everyone to our presence.
I was just thinking.
Unless we all want to die,
Well, if you're gonna
it's
be-
probably better if it's just staying in the backpack.
So
I
do we
rate my
know?
chances.
Fair enough.
Do we know where the last guy is? The head guy is? In this...
I would say, given by what Darius has said, what was happening inside, the master is actually behind the big double doors. The real big master.
Yeah.
Did you translate what he
according-
said in the room to the rest of the party?
I have not yet. No.
Okay. Good.
Okay. According to the reconnaissance by Timodo, the room over here on the left houses what he keeps referring to as the Batman, not the head person, but just below him. And in the door down here, he told me that there were more kobolds beyond that door. So we must be cautious.
Yes. And what did he say where the master was? The big
did-
master.
He
What? Or
did-
didn't they
he-
talk?
he
Wasn't
did
that what we
not-
needed this key
Timo-
for?
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember
where's-
he said, sister key, brother key?
Yeah.
So we need 2 keys.
Yes, we got one
We
key
already
from the
used- we-
crazy from what seems to be the sister of this lovely Batman.
Oh, so we just killed his sister. Wonderful.
Yes, well, she kind of killed herself,
Well, yeah. I mean,
given that
So-
she went
Playing
a
far
little
loose
bit.
morality, I see.
but so everyone, we have a plethora of choices ahead of us. We could either attempt to kill the bad man. We could attempt to rid the next room of kobolds, or we could use this key to open the door that was our original purpose in the first place.
If I were seeing if this were a play, this would be where one act ends and the next one begins. I'm just saying, it sounds so much like a play right now.
Do we know where these keys go? Is my question.
Yes, we know that they go into the big double doors downstairs.
Okay.
Was that confirmed?
Yes, because
Yes,
we
we already used the sister key. Where did Timodo go?
While you were talking, Tomodo went into this room.
Timodo.
Alright. You follow him in. You don't hear anything except his scrabbling. And the door opens. You see this.
Oh my god.
Fancy.
What I want.
Well, I
Timodo,
would say.
Timodo, what is this place?
He's looking at this this door in the wall that has been opened, but behind it is completely caved in. He looks kind of upset, and he's like, "There's a secret to master, but it's broken."
Hi there, strong person here. Is when you say caved in, like, do you mean like just lots of rock that need to be moved, or what?
The roof of this little passageway has completely caved in. It's completely impassable, even to someone as small as Tomoto.
Do you think I could remove rocks so then or debris so he can get through?
I would say the attic probably is falling down as well.
Yeah, the corner of the room where Snuggles currently is, that is the attic. It has caved in on this room.
Looks like we have to take the front door.
It's okay, Tomoto. You did your best. So, I guess the most.
Can I see past it at all?
You can see that it leads to a corridor that turns to the right, but that is completely inaccessible.
But I can see past it. Yeah.
Not much. You can only really see to about here.
But I can see there is something on the other side, like a me-shaped gap.
Yep. You can see
Cool.
that.
I'm going to cast Misty Step.
Great.
Headlong into danger!
To get to the gap I can see.
Alright. Give me a sec.
Misty Step, just so people are aware, 1 second.
Just give me a sec. So
I
you get through.
This should be okay. Its bonus action is just Surrounded with Silver Mist. You teleport up to 30 feet. Is that up to 30 feet?
As you do that, Tomoto shrieks and hides behind Darius.
Tomoto, it's okay. It's all right. Everything will be okay.
Okay, what can I see up here? What's that?
That appears to be a small hatch.
Small hatch. So like going up or going down?
That is just a direct corridor right ahead of you. This is a hatch in the wall. It is only about 1.5 feet by a foot. It is a tiny hatch, but it looks like you can access it. You can reach your arm through it, and that's about it.
I'll leave that for now. When I'm standing here, what can I see in this direction?
Roll me a perception check.
Sure, 1 second. Let me just go back from spells
That's
to
where the first secret door basically led. That's a
17.
door in the wall.
Yeah, alright. You see that there is a door flush with the wall. If you hadn't known that it was there, you probably wouldn't have found it.
Huh.
Given that Timoto had told Darius about it. But I know this only out of character because Minos speak Draconic. He said that there was another passageway through there, but I don't know what's waiting behind door number 2. And given that it is a very, very tight fit, would probably be a better idea to check the room from.
I'm gonna ask if anyone's gonna move anywhere, considering they've seen me and announced that I'm gonna teleport to the other side.
Can we still see him through that gap?
Yeah, can they give a wave or no? I'm like, hi,
I would say you just see his face. It's like the whole way through, it's probably about an inch or so where you could like just see his face.
Quick, write a message on your teeth.
Can you can they hear my voice when speaking from 30 feet distance through that? I'm guess they can. 30 feet.
Yes.
Great. I'm gonna ask them to go to the other door
Okay.
because I found a secret passage and I don't want to get royally screwed over.
Everyone's scrambling to the same spot.
I'm gonna let them walk in first. So I'm gonna wait a long time, basically. Say a minute before I open my door.
EatThePath. Shava looks under the doorway and sees this.
Okay.
Oh,
Does the room continues beyond the point we can see? Shava can see.
The room is completely silent.
Okay, I would say Just carefully open the door.
So it's been about 30 seconds, so I'd open my door and chuck it
You'll-
open.
That is a
11.
nat 1. You open the
Yep.
door, it creaks loudly on its hinges.
I basically.
Tomoto covers his ears, but no one hears it.
I spin around, basically looking towards the door where I suspect that someone's coming.
Okay. So, we found a secret passage to an empty room. Good job.
Well,
This
you
was
don't.
so worth a second level spell.
He said secret passage. Darius.
Yeah, there's
Alright
actually
then,
something
so-
up this way.
Included
It's,
with Shava's perception check, I will give you a brief description. This room,
Lovely.
the walls are bare, the floor is tattered and worn. You see several bunk beds lining the room with simple chests at the end of them. There appears to be piles of laundry and a bucket on the left corner. This was a servant's quarter. And looking at the door that Luther Lightbringer came through, those look like servants' passages that go through the interior walls of the houses so that the masters of the house couldn't see the servants as they moved around.
And that is how we should attack. These chests here, can we check them? One each?
Sure.
Yeah, anyone's gonna check one, or...
I will get this one.
To be honest,
Broken-
none of them are
broken
locked. None of them are locked or anything, and
Oh, sick.
you can just
Fuck.
open them up. It
Perfect,
looks
I'll
like
kick it open.
these had been emptied out in a hurry. So there are a few random bits and pieces of there. You find a couple of scattered copper pieces. I'd say you'd find about 3 copper pieces each if you're searching. You also find one set of common clothes and a pair of riding boots.
Cool.
However, they're not necessarily Beaver's size.
I just like to be fancy.
Okay, so...
I still stand guard basically out here with
Okay.
Komodo. Just in
Alright,
case.
now, just to let you know as well, the passage that Uther is in right now, it is a very narrow passageway. You have to shuffle down this sideways. You cannot pass
Okay.
by anyone in this corridor.
Oh great.
Hey, Shava, will I go first?
Beaver might actually run into issues given his size.
Alright,
Okay.
Shava, at the end of the passage,
if
you
Luth-
see a
if
tiny
Luther
hatch in the
fits
wall.
through it, then Beaver should fit as well.
What was that, Jurnis?
At the end of the corridor, you see a tiny hatch in the wall. It's only about a foot and a half by a foot. It looks like it's just meant to be reached through and you cannot traverse it.
Okay. Can I look through it?
Roll me a perception check.
Also, what about...
There's a vertical shaft down there.
Alright then.
Okay.
You carefully open this hatch and you can see right ahead of you is this tiny platform with a latch and a chain. You follow the chain as it leads upwards to an ornate, filigreed and detailed ceiling. You then look downward from the chain as it latches onto a chandelier which hangs above the great hall. And a dragon on a treasure hoard.
Oh, great. Fuck
Far
yeah.
below you, you see a massive pile of gold, statues, and paintings. The riches of this house have been brought in here and piled upon, and curled up, asleep on top of the pile, is a black dragon.
I wonder what his name is. Well,
Okay. Well, I think what happens is Shava like turns around because she's the only one who can see this, presumably, and just like holds a finger up to her lips to Luther.
I'm
just,
just gonna relay that message down slightly.
and just like motions to go back, get out.
I walk slowly, as per to not incur any stealth issues.
Mm-hmm. Carefully close the.
Yeah, gonna carefully walk
door.
away until we need that chandelier to drop.
Okay, so
which is pretty soon, I would say.
there's a dragon in there.
Oh.
I would like some healing now, please.
How big do you think it was?
About
Roll me knowledge nature.
Well, I can tell you how big it was. It was about
Yeah.
10.
Shoot out,
About
just
yay
noises
big.
of that. I was going to go for my knowledge of nature. Sure, if you want to go that way.
Nicholas, Seppi said the dragon's name is Cyril von Snufflepuff.
The 8th.
Well, I got a 1 on my own nature check, but it's about 10 feet long, maybe 15 with a tail.
You couldn't tell from the angle. You were pretty high up.
I don't know much about dragons, guys.
About yay big.
let me.
The hatch
let
itself
me
is
talk-
real awkward.
Let me talk with Tomoto for a moment.
Sure.
You're going to save a dragon, and I was going to go speak for attack. Do not try and negotiate with dragon.
I
No,
will.
I am not
I'm
going to
not
negotiate with the fucking
going
dragon.
to negotiate.
I'll do it.
Tomoto, were you is the master of this house by any chance a dragon?
He nods and looks terrified.
It's okay. Okay.
That is a bad master.
Where is the quickest way to? I can't believe I'm saying this. What is the quickest way to get to this dragon?
He points towards the door of the servants' quarters and says, "Big doors in main hall. We take him treasures, we take him food through there. The bosses, the actor, the brother, they open the doors for us when the dragon calls."
Okay, so here's my plan, which is that we leave Tomoto up here to drop that chandelier on the dragon for us when we tell him to, and then we go fight the dragon.
Yeah, I'm down.
That that sounds very smart, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll pin him.
I
it'll
think
pin him down.
additionally, I'm going to put Snuggles on watch of a door, and we should all have a long rest first because
That's a fine idea.
we
Yes,
are
I
not
believe.
in dragon fighting shape. I mean, I am, but you guys aren't.
No.
I mean, I'm not too bad off, but I could be better.
I don't want anyone being anything less than their peak performance. Use all your temporary, everything you got, just temporary hit points, spells, just heal yourself to max, rest.
Okay.
I'm down with this plan.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a tiny bit meta here. I'm gonna heal Beevehr, lay on hands for 10, and run out before we do a long rest, so I can
Just in case we
refill
get
my
interrupted.
25, and also because I don't know how much health Beevehr will regenerate.
You get full health on a long rest.
Oh my
That's fine.
god, 5th edition's so broken. That's insane.
5th edition is very nice to you in some ways. It's
What? That is 8 hours. Yeah, you're at max health.
Yep.
With
Forget
the
everything I just
dragon,
said.
yeah.
Forget everything I just said. I'm gonna just rest. I'm happy with that. Screw it. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, use some hit die, and then no,
Works for
screw
me.
it.
Do we need to organize someone standing guard?
Snuggles.
Okay.
Snuggles will start to bark if there's any intruders. As
I think
like,
Snuggles
trying
and Tomoto should stand guard. Have
Fat. If it hears or smells on advantage, then it will bark.
Shava will take a watch as well. She only needs 4 hours of sleep.
I need as much as I can get.
Also, question to the DM.
Yes?
Is there any way for me to gain control of Tomoto?
No.
Well, okay.
Tomoto is my minion.
As I give it requests. As
I
a
need to
side note,
depart in half an hour at most. So this feels to me like a decent stopping point, or
Yeah,
if
I
you guys are
agree.
going to
Yeah.
continue without me, that's fine too.
Definitely.
I want to just throw something out there quickly.
Mhm.
As you've all seen, I can teleport 30 feet. How high is it from where I can see when I'm standing here to the ground? Like, what's the distance? About 30 feet, or is it more or less?
I would say it's about 35 feet.
And
you could take a 5-foot drop. It's
yeah,
fine.
I was like, can I just jump out and then 5 feet down cast it? It's a instant. I'd say it is a bonus action and it's instantaneous. So in theory, I can do it.
True, but you'd be there on your own.
Oh no, I don't mean now. I'm just working some brain stuff here because I can drop it and I can just teleport down. I can
have
teleport to like here-ish, and I can instantly put
Put it in flank.
the rogue at flanking.
Nice.
No, I
like
think
that.
Luther wants to
Yeah.
jump onto the wants to teleport.
And I'm
onto
not gonna lie to you, I want to jump on the dragon.
Does want to jump onto
All
the
right,
chandelier?
I'm just gonna say straight off from where you are with Misty Step, the dragon is far too far away for you to reach his back. From
Could
here.
I reach to
The
there?
chandelier.
The chandelier.
There.
Jump onto the chandelier and sit
That
on
would be
the
more
chandelier
difficult
as it's
because if
crashing down.
Go onto a chandelier as it's crashing down, then I will take a buttload of damage. But if I go to here, then someone here could be flanking, and that's very much doable as far as I can tell.
Or you could just
Just
bonus
remember,
action.
you can't
there
see
and-
the entirety of this room. There is more room that you can't see.
That's
Or
true.
We
Yeah,
could
I'm just making a theory.
All right.
we could just go with the original plan of having Tomoto do it. Just save you a lot of frustration. Just saying, you know.
Well, that's something to think about
I'm just thinking
over the
it.
next week.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun.
It
Yeah.
was. It
Alright.
really was.
What was
Play of the game?
Exactly.
Mm,
Was it Timoto actually going in and grabbing the keyblade?
I legit
Or,
can't believe that worked.
Or yeah,
I was
Legit.
so looking forward to having a proper fight. Like, I was gonna do a proper, like, this is every single thing I can cast. Let's do everything now.
well, after the dragon's down, still need to clear the house. At least of those who aren't willing to stay and serve their new master.
Straight up. If
Yeah,
I'm walking
but-
on a dragon's head, I think I'm gonna walk away.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
I'm just saying, if we can keep the cooker, we tell the new guy, the owner, look, you already got staff built in. Okay, they're kobolds, but staff.
Stuff.
Free labor.
It's not like he's going to have to deal with issues. Why change what is working?
Yeah. Okay, now we have to do this. Who got play of the game this time around?
I would say it's actually convincing Timoto to join. Because
Yeah.
No, Darius gets it
Once again, I get play of the game. All
Yay.
right.
because
I'll go with that.
he told
Tomoto
Timoto. Well, it's
rolled
a combination technically, but
so
True.
bad.
I'm happy to I'm happy to give it to you.
See,
Okay.
Tomoto rolled so bad in his perception and insight, he now thinks that Darius is stronger than the dragon, so he will serve Darius. He also knows
God.
that Darius is nicer than the dragon,
Yeah.
so he is serving Darius.
Oh, that's cute. That is legit adorable.
So you have a little kobold minion,
I'm okay with that.
and he's in your
So
bed.
we're taking an extended rest until next week.
I would say yes.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a good plan.
That was fun though.
all right. I will leave at this point then. Thank you very much for all the
Alright.
fun.
And I will look forward to this next
Plan.
week, because you will probably finish it off next week easily enough. I would like to know who would be interested in doing Curse of the Stride with me.
I'm down
I've
for
already
whatever.
run it, so
I'm
I
up.
don't think I should.
I'm up.
Alright. So,
You don't know how I
I know that
roleplay.
module inside out. Like, that would be the most unfair thing I could ever do. Like, I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a ranger. Like, do this. Congrats! I can break the encounters.
I wouldn't have any objections to you hovering in the chat and helping me, because again, new DM.
I'd happily code DM and like show like this is what you need to do for this.
Yeah.
I
But
ran
I'm
it
pretty
in
good
5e
with the
weirdly
module.
enough. With like
Sounds very much
first
true.
come out.
We're
So-
not here to win fights, we are here to make friends.
I reckon
Well,
4 players
give
starting at
my
level
last
2
idea.
would be decent enough. What do you think?
I would start level 1 for Murder House.
Well, I wasn't going to tell him I was going to run that one.
that is the start. That is the canonical best
I
start.
promise not to look it up.
There is no other encounter in the entire thing that is satisfying to run.
Don't tell
So
me
well
Wizards of the
written,
Coast has been
it's-
playing that recently.
The RP
They have-
representative in our gaming society, he has run Curse of the Strahd 5 times.
Yeah.
With 5 separate grips. None of them have solved the puzzle of that house.
Really?
Really.
Oh my god. That's terrifying. But yeah, you start first level for
One group
Death House.
died.
You then you'll hit third level.
TPK. Total party wipe.
I'm guessing either the fog or the encounter when you go upstairs at the very, very beginning. It's like 2 or 3. Oh no, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. I didn't just say that one.
One broke his neck when he fell downstairs.
Oh god, no. I DM very differently. It's like unless you're like I'm gonna throw myself downstairs and like, are you sure you're that?
Oh,
But
so
no,
you're saving the
Death House.
party from their own stupidity.
Oh no, it's just I run Dungeons and Dragons as like a Marvel movie where they're the heroes.
Yeah.
But I was saying, I was like, you're afraid of downstairs? Sure. You crit failed it, you're gonna take some damage. But it's like, yeah, you're.
You crit
Unless you're
failed.
like
Well,
really, yeah, if you crit failed, then,
let me see how bad you killed yourself.
yeah. So let's see how much damage you did to yourself, and then if you've fallen down, you're unconscious from your wounds. Yeah, that's fine.
Let me see how much you killed yourself. Roll to D100.
I think
Well, you
for,
killed yourself not only
downstairs,
one
it'll be a
time, you killed yourself
1d6 damage normally. That
I
kind
will
of thing.
actually tell you guys the story of how they found the passage, my other group, because I couldn't fucking believe it.
What, the passage in
In the servants'
very
quarters.
first part?
This
Oh
one.
my god,
No.
yeah.
The guy in the chat, Weird, he's a great guy. He was in that party. He really helped me out with a bunch of things as I was setting this up. But anyway, the party enters the main hall of the mansion. First thing they do is they go up the stairs into the servants' quarters and ransack it. One of them decides there must be something in that bucket of water. So he empties out the bucket of water and it drains into the secret passage.
No way.
They go into the secret passage and see the dragon within the first 15 minutes. And I was like, for fuck's sake!
That's brilliant. As a quick side note, I do a lot of DMing. Like, I'm kind of DMing 2 games, one in Pathfinder, one in 5e.
Yeah.
So I'm way worse at 5e because I mainly do Pathfinder and I get paid for it now. Like,
Ooh, nice.
I'm pretty good at DMing now. But like, I don't know. Curse Stride is one of my favorite ones. I know most of it pretty well. I can't like oh yeah, I can draw a Curse Stride castle. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you've seen it now. It's a nightmare.
That's the same group with the Dragon Ball story as well, by the way.
Nice.
Well, you DM for money. I don't even know what to do, how to DM. So
Ah, it's fine.
never
for the
DM'd
Pathfinder,
in my
I,
life. Never DM'd in my life.
Oh,
Hence why I'm apprehensive about the Star Trek Adventures one-shot.
Derkork,
where
if
go
I can do
through
it,
that
you
thing.
can do it.
Anyone can DM. It's fine.
The biggest thing I've learned is have a plan, expect the players to completely fuck over that plan, improvise.
Well, given that I would be working off the quick start rules and the short story included within.
Fair.
Because there's
Yeah,
a lot of things I've basically had to think on my feet for.
Yeah,
You're
but
welcome.
That is
that-
definitely a DM.
Yeah, like
that's DMing is a lot of thinking on your feet.
Yeah.
when I was editing that episode 2, I actually timed it. Use RP'd with that Dragonborn for 55 minutes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but it was entertaining.
It was fucking hilarious,
We never found out how to play End.
but I had like 10 minutes of material.
Well, the play ended. The play ended. Hang on, let me look in the script right now. I still have it somewhere here. It ended in a bloodbath where the prince was killed by his beloved stepmother's
Nephew's
niece?
roommate.
His roommate's great cousin.
See, I told you she
Oh, it's
wasn't
so
that great of a
obvious in
writer.
hindsight.
That makes sense. But then again, nothing in that play made.
Well, to
Really,
be
I found
fair,
that
Daniel, they found
that
the
the
scroll
role
of animate
was
object.
Pardon?
I'm talking to Daniel in the chat here saying they didn't find the scroll of animate object, but if they did, the teddy bear that was in the toy room, which they had armed and armored with kobold armor, would have been
Would
brought
have
to
been-
life and would have been used to fight the dragon, and it would have been the fucking tankiest thing there, because it would have ended up with a
You're
19 AC.
You are giving me a very, very bad idea. I want to restuff that crocodile, and
That thing is shredded.
animate it,
That
and
thing is
have,
shredded.
our friend Tomoto write it into metal.
Snappy is gone. Also, Snappy was
Snappy-
roughly the same size as Snuggles. Also, Snuggles is the right size category to be ridden by Tomoto.
I
least
don't
the sense
think.
on that.
I think that would be stretching Luther's belief system. Having Snuggles play the role of a drake, being Tomoto's steed.
I can work with that, but there's a few things I want to be like, okay, let's lay some ground rules down on my dog. I'm going to just remove my dire crocodile plushie filled with meat from my inventory.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have that anymore.
And also I am
Nobody
now
has
down
it
to
anymore.
3 chunks of meat. I still have my wooden prop horse, by the way. I don't know where it is, it is somewhere.
It's probably slung over your
it's
back.
between your legs, Luther.
Just duct tape it to my leg, it's fine.
We
I have a
haven't
hunting
found
trap.
any duct tape.
I have a hunting trap. What's in a hunting trap?
It's basically a box with a bit of
Is-
that you...
Oh my god.
I think it's a bear trap.
It's a bear trap.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're saying
So-
all this time I could punch some of a bear trap and I haven't?
You
can
could have.
throw a bear trap.
you
You can throw a fucking bear trap at the dragon.
That's not gonna do much. If I punch it with the bear trap, that's like punch damage plus bite damage.
No. We put it just outside. Put it there. Bait it with a large pile of money.
I'm gonna
Say
just,
the 100. Say the 100 and something gold that I have. 101 gold. Lure it out. It gets trapped in the trap, and we wail on it.
I'm gonna throw it out there for a second though. This is a size trap with a DC 13 dex save. It does, and if you do not make for save, you take 1d4 damage and stop moving.
All right, that's a
Does
very.
not say.
I don't think the stop moving thing counts if you punch it into someone's face.
Oh no, I'm saying like if you have it as a trap. A creature
Yeah.
can use its action to make a DC 13 strength check, which I'm assuming a dragon of young or higher would be able to do with quite a lot of ease to free itself.
Yeah.
So at most you would be able to stun it for. Although definitely down for it, I could definitely try and figure out a good way of doing it.
You just want
Yeah,
to tie it
just
to a
make-
stick, don't you? Just
I
to
just
poke
want to
someone
make
with it.
Snuggles a landmine and make Snuggles run and just try and bite it, but his head's got a bear trap.
Sephiroth Wolf says, Luther, making Tomoto into a kobold paladin is the will of your fucking god.
That would be
I
a
feel
very
like I feel like my order means I can't do that.
well.
Considering kobolds are inherently,
Not all.
they're inherently evil.
Hey, Tomoto isn't.
According to their belief system, they are.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you have noticed the kobolds in this mansion are all different colours, and he called the dragon an egg thief.
What color is Tomoto?
Tomoto is a mix between red and bronze.
Oh,
He
pretty.
will still probably be inherently evil. You definitely retcon. So I'd just check on that one because it is.
How could you
Is
if you
a-
look
is a-
Sunday?
If it's red or black, then
Tomoto
that means
is-
you're gonna be like,
Tomoto
ah.
Tomoto is a beautiful, gentle snowflake who just wants to be loved.
We all know that. We all know that.
dragon alignment. I don't know all my alignments of dragons. Sad
Clearly,
times,
the
I
honey
know.
has turned him good.
Nice.
We've learned that-
Sephi really wants Tomoto to be the first lawful good paladin kobold.
I do as well.
We all do somehow, even though the paladin has to dislike him.
He's very attached to Darius right now, and he doesn't like the other kobolds because they're bad.
Well,
He can be convinced. And because he likes Darius so much, he can be very fucking easily convinced by Darius.
Chromatic dragons
can I-
are
what-
inherently
what can I say?
all
I'm-
inherently evil.
What can I say? I'm persuasive.
Bronze is metallic though, and they're usually good.
Yeah, are they bronze? Are normally normally lawful good or chaotic?
so he's a neutral.
Pretty much.
He can be molded!
He can be taught.
I think he's by birth. He's basically
They're like the
neutral,
pit.
true neutral.
They're like the pit bulls of D&D. Very underestimated. You know,
I'm
very
gonna just
misunderstood.
throw it out there. You want to make him just all bronze because let's just throw that quote into the Discord.
Sure, fair enough. We'll retcon that. He's a full-on
Yeah.
bronze dragon.
I can.
The rest was he just had a rash, so.
A bronze kobold.
Blood.
It's not red scales, it's just blood from the last time you bludgeoned him. From when he
It's-
fell off
it's
the
still
horse.
from the incident with the bolt.
Considering the first time you saw him, he was just really happy playing on a rocking horse. Just wee! Wee!
So yeah,
Oh dear. So I'm just texting Zar now. I have a D&D game tomorrow at 3, and she wants to do Zartrek online, so I might hold off until later in the afternoon for that.
all
Let's
right.
see how it goes.
Well,
Alright then, so anyway, we're all happy enough. We know what we're going to do next week. Yous are going to head straight for that dragon.
they're going to take the master of the house out.
Or, run away.
Darius has a new wee companion, who may or may not love him. I'll leave that to the fan chat.
I fairly suspect that Darius is protective, but
Considering
tech-
considering that the chat was shipping Tomoto and Stitch.
well, in that case, dear chat, you were wrong.
Stitch was a red
Stitch
scale.
Was
Oof. Mismatched lovers.
Yep.
Stitches
Oh,
get
so-
stitches. Wait.
yeah, snitches get stitches, right?
Stitches are
Stitches
snitches. That's how it works.
Stitches get
Yeah.
shanked in the neck.
Same.
Yep.
Oh, now I have Master of the House in Les Mis stuck in Weird's head. Master of the Ass.
Master.
No, it's the power couple. The power couple.
So I've said Zar that.
The power couple.
I know which one is the power bottom.
Wait, what?
Well, one is the big spoon, one is the little spoon. Quite literally.
I still can't believe that the Fiverr incident repeated itself with different kobolds.
Well, shows that this is inherent in the story we
You're
are
not shipping
encountering.
Tomoto and Snuggles.
No,
We don't do that
that's
here.
wrong. That's wrong.
That's two different species. And,
We don't do that here.
Snuggles, we haven't asked Snuggles whether or not they consent.
Yeah.
This is true.
That's a different level of sapiens. We can have that.
And
then.
yeah,
So I think we will leave that here. So then, going down the list, it is going to be a goodbye from me, a goodbye from Creature,
Goodbye.
a goodbye from Derkork,
goodbye.
a goodbye from Matt,
Goodbye.
and a goodbye from Tony.
And once again, I'm chopped liver, apparently. Goodbye.
I just said goodbye from
She
Tony.
just called you out. name?
I'm always the last.
That's
It's
because I
because
was
your name
going
starts
in
with a T.
alphabetical order. Put an A in front of your name then.
And of course, a goodbye
Give me
from
one moment.
EatThePath, who has already had.
Yeah,
There we
EatThePath
go,
has
I'm
already
not,
dealt
you're
with.
not last.
Okay. I'm just fucking around. Mostly.